News out of the NBA as the Board of Governors has passed new anti-tanking rules that expanded the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams, a regulation zone where the bottom 3 teams get penalized with lessened chances for the number 1 pick and flatten odds. Teams cannot have the number 1 pick in consecutive years and no top 5 picks in 3 consecutive years. OKC is looking to be the first team to reach back-to-back NBA Finals since the Warriors in 2019 as Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals between the Spurs and Thunder in San Antonio tips off at 8:30 Eastern Time. Sad news out of the world of hockey as 4-time Stanley Cup champion Claude Lemieux has passed away at the age of 60. News out of baseball as MLB officials propose a hard salary cap to union officials as a part of ongoing CBA negotiations. The Angels outscored the Tigers in Detroit 7-1, and the White Sox defeated the Twins 6-2. I'm Brianna Muro.
Elijah, put the camera on me. Sweetie
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, dack, a ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in. Because I'm scrambling. But you know what? You now have access with that password to the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4,
LeBron.
not 5.
Of this very fine radio show, no matter how you listen in. That's right. Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeart app, Sirius XM Channel 83,
Wow.
and now live on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Do it!
That's right. Thank you, Mr. O'Reilly. Appreciate that. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the odd couple on this TV theme song Thursday, a day we always look forward to. Can't wait. Alex will do his job on that. We appreciate that. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. That's right. At least when people are still awake. Sorry about that, Ben. Ben and I texted today, so that's a good thing. But remember, we're here for you. We want to hear from you. We're not some lame podcast you can't call into. You can call into the Odd Couple and be heard, be counted. So that's the most important thing. So remember, write it down, commit it to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, it's 877. That was a slow typing. 996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
If you can't figure out the letters and numbers. And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own damn fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say to you, tough, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
With all that said, always remember...
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweetie bitty. Yeah.
There you go. Let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in Rob G. until Kelvin is able to navigate his way in. Rob G., how are you?
Bud Mexican is.
I'm doing all right. You know, considering Kelvin is the big newsman here in L.A., you think he would have known before he left this house, hey, there's a big-ass fire right by the studio. Maybe I should leave 15 minutes early. But, I digress.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, Rob G.
How? How does that happen?
I don't.
It's similar to like him
working
working for Spectrum and getting bad Spectrum internet service.
There's another story, but we're here. We got a great show for you on this TV theme song Thursday. Let me welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. We just heard from Rob G.
Blood Mexican.
There you go. Alex, our engineer.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
One more time, Alex.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
There you go. Monty Bolaños is at the anchor desk. She'll keep us updated.
No, she's not.
Oh, wait a minute. Who was that?
That would be if it's Bree, it's for we.
Bree, I'm so sorry. If it's for we, if it's Bree, it's for we. How are you, Bree?
I'm okay, Rob. How are you?
Bree, I'm sorry. I did not hear. I thought.
Do they all look alike, Rob? Is that why?
No, it's cool. All girls. We're all.
He was this close to saying y'all look alike.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll take it as a compliment. Monty's beautiful. Thank you.
That's not the problem there.
It's either racist or sexist. It's one of the two, Rob. You just got to pick one.
No, not
I'll
at
take it
all.
as a
Not at all.
compliment, Rob.
Bree,
I'll take it as a
that's
compliment.
right. Great.
Thank you.
At least I didn't call you Steve DeSager. I could have called you that, right?
Or Perfect. Yeah, either one.
Oh, God.
Or Chris Perfett. That's right. USC Chris. All right. I could have called you UCLA Bree or something. You know what I mean? Instead of USC Chris. All right.
Thing.
And, of course, Elijah.
Never heard of him.
Is our social media guru and one of the best in the business. All right, don't forget to check us out on YouTube. That's right. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. It's really simple. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. All right, Rob G, let's go here. There's so much going on. Everybody and their uncle wants to go to the Knicks, rooting the Knicks on. The Knicks are one of the rare teams in New York, Rob G, and I don't know if you really know this. But most of the time in a big city like that, you know, teams are split, right? You're either a Mets fan or a Yankees fan. You're either a Jets fan or a Giants fan. You're either a Ranger fan or an Islander fan. But the one fan base in New York that really never had competition until recently, till the Brooklyn Nets showed up. But for most people's lives in New York, everybody was Knick crazy and followed the Knicks, right? They were the only one that had the city to themselves.
And even for anyone who says that the Nets have any kind of stranglehold is lying to themselves. I think we can agree on that.
No, it's not. I mean, it's now with the younger people who are just growing up, you know what I mean? Like there's a chance because they grew up in Brooklyn, they got to go to games and stuff like that. But you're right. There's no stranglehold. The Knicks are the only New York franchise that has, you know, carte blanche per se. Even Trump wants to come to a game now. You know, of course, Trump was born in New York and the whole 9 yards.
Rob Parker wants to go to a game. Kelvin Washington wants to go to a game. Everybody's rooting for the Knicks, Rob.
Go New York, go New York, go.
And, you know, one of the things that came, I mean, obviously we're going to get to the Western Conference here in an hour or two. Big Game 6 coming up here in about an hour and a half. But the Knicks are already there in the finals. They are waiting their opponent. They're just sitting patiently like, who's going to challenge the greatest team in NBA history? And one of the interesting things that came out after their sweep of the Cleveland Cavaliers was not just that they snapped their drought, not just that they've been running roughshod through the Eastern Conference. It's that after the game, Jalen Brunson was talking about his team. And one of the things that he said that he took the most pride in is the winning culture they have there with the Knicks. And he said that it, quote, starts with Mr. Dolan. Rob, do you agree?
And I could not disagree more. In fact, I'm not going to be the only one, but there'll be others. And I get it. New York is in an uproar in a good way, a frenzy. First time in 27 years they have a team in the NBA. I get all that, and fans might not care that much, Kelvin, but James Dolan is a reason not to root for the Knicks. From the standpoint that you don't want to see a bad guy, bad owner for most of his career there, owning the team, win. And I think that there's something about that. And I'll never forget, I don't care what anybody says, the way that James Dolan treated Charles Oakley, who was a guy that I covered when I was a Knick beat writer back in the 90s. I saw that guy dive into more crowds, more scorers tables, to get loose balls, to do whatever he could to win. Everybody always said it was a shame that Patrick Ewing never won a championship. I'll tell you it's a shame that Charles Oakley never won a championship. Nobody that I ever covered or saw in the NBA played as hard and gave of themselves more than Charles Oakley. And James Dolan, with his ego in the way, instead of looking at Charles Oakley as a fan favorite and trying to work out their differences, had Charles Oakley thrown out of Madison Square Garden. Thrown out like a bum, like he didn't matter. And I can never forget that and never look at James Dolan again and think to myself, there's a great owner. That'll be great to see James Dolan holding up the Larry O'Brien trophy and smiling and drinking champagne and smoking a cigar and talking about how great it is. And the other part is the Knicks have been bad for a long time, and he's been at the helm of it. And yes, things have turned around. They're in the finals. I guess for most fans, it's all going to be forgotten. You know, they're just happy and schmappy and all that because the Knicks are in the finals. I'm not one to quickly forget. I am on the record. I do not want to see James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, win an NBA championship. He doesn't deserve it. He's been a bad owner, a bad guy to fans, had fans thrown out, and had one of the all-time fan favorites in Charles Oakley thrown out of Madison Square Garden like a bum. And I can't unsee that.
Well, let me just add to the list. Speaking of lists, he's got a blacklist, man. The New York Times did a really good piece on this some time ago, and I listened to the pod about it. And he's so petty. You know, we got Fetty Wap, we got Petty Wap. I mean, listen to what this. We got Tom Petty, James Petty, what I'm going to call him. Listen to what he would also do to add to what you were saying, Rob. So there would be a blacklist for lawyers who ever had lawsuits against him in any of his businesses. So they would come not even just to a Knick game, Rob. They would come to Madison Square Garden. You know this. There's concerts, there's plays, there's operas. And they would come in there, and they have facial recognition right now, the technology. So these lawyers who are maybe suing him for their client about something will walk in, their facial recognition would get binged, and they would get escorted out. Literally, this happens all the time for lawyers who oppose him, any of his businesses, who are suing him for something. Like, how petty is that? I bought my tickets to go to a concert, to an orchestra, to an opera, to a whatever, and I can't get in. Not to mention, you mentioned the Charles Oakley. And as well as this, too, he even goes on social media sites, and if teenagers, young college students, blast the Knicks, talk about him, you know what he does? He has them monitored, and those folks to make sure they can't come to the games as well. So I can't root for a guy that's that petty. We talked about this yesterday. Wembanyama, you want to be the face of the league, there's going to be criticism. There's going to be bad games, and it's going to be time you got to stand in front of the media and say, hey, I didn't bring it today. The team didn't play well. You can't only do it when it's gloating about you and it's all praises. Well, James Dolan, part of being an owner is people are going to be mad at you. Fans aren't going to be happy, and especially when you've done terrible things and run the organization as they've run it since he's had it. Now, what I will credit him for was finally hiring somebody who has had some competency with Leon Rose, who is the president of basketball for the Knicks. He, since 2020, when he got the gig, has made the right moves, made the right trades, not made the right trades, made the,
He's another guy, though, I just want to add, who has not met with the New York media since he's been in charge, if you could believe that, Kelvin.
That in New York is crazy to be able to pull that. So I'll put that.
Is that not crazy?
That is crazy.
Is that not crazy?
And I'll put that to an aside. Maybe I would love for you. You talk about Wembanyama. I would love for the president of the Knicks to meet to the media. Obviously, nobody wants to talk to him after every game, but a few times a year, I think you should hear from the president of basketball. But my credit to him is him assembling team. He got there in 2020, and really over the last 4 years or so, they've been either good or really good. And so I had to give a lot of the credit to him, the personnel, the trades they made, the trades they didn't make. Sometimes that's a big one. And so putting them together and getting the Villanova boys, and so I give him credit. But to your point about James Dolan, he missed drafts so he can go play with his band. Literally, he doesn't show up to the draft when everybody else is there so he can play in his band. He's got some other stuff I'll leave alone, just songs that he wrote about a particular friend of his who he said, I didn't know he was that kind of guy. I'll just leave that alone. You can look that up. So, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of him. I'm not a big fan of people who What am I missing? Dan Gilbert, who goes ballistic because of the whole LeBron thing. Like, I feel like owners should have some type of different decorum. And again, are we giving him credit for something he really didn't do? And also, when we mention all of the fallacy, the bad things, the flaws, the things that he's hurt his team, I can't all of a sudden just jump on board and want to see him win.
I'm with you. 877-99 on Fox is our telephone number. 877-996-6369. And I wonder if there are other owners that maybe Jerry Jones is on that. You don't want to see Jerry Jones win again ever since, right, his split and when he
Jimmy
had
Johnson.
to do it his way, right, and refused to, split with Jimmy Johnson after they were a dynasty. He hasn't won since then. The Cowboys haven't even been to an NFC championship game in 35 years or whatever it is now and counting. Is it Jerry Jones? Is there any other owners out there? Dan Gilbert, you said. Donald Sterling when he was with the Clippers. Most people
that's a good one,
didn't have good things for him.
Is he still with
Never
us,
looked
Rob
at him as like, Donald Sterling.
He's still alive?
Yeah, I think he's still counting his billions of dollars that he got for that team. 877-99 on Fox. Are you rooting against James Dolan and the Knicks in the upcoming NBA Finals? I am, on the record. Kelvin's with me.
Yeah.
Not the Knicks, but Dolan, right?
Go New York, go New York.
Oh, God. All right. 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen, 877-996-6369. It is the Odd Couple where we deliver insight, not noise, and we value your calls.
I'm treating him like Dolan today, Rob. I'm screening calls. I'm doing facial voice technology. I'm screening calls. I'm James Dolan today.
Stick and stay.
Especially if you believe that. In the US of A.
If you are skilled in manufacturing your next job, it should be hard to find, and it shouldn't slow your career down. Express Employment Professionals connect skilled workers with contract and full-time manufacturing jobs at companies that need talent right now. So go to expresspros.com to find a location near you. Your local Express office understands manufacturing and works with companies at every level of production, and that means real opportunities for machinists, welders, assemblers, quality control inspectors, maintenance technicians, production managers, and more. So when you turn to Express Employment Professionals for your job search, you're working with a staff that is leader in manufacturing, backed by global resources, with local teams who know the industry and the employers in your community. So whether you're looking to build
Victor Wembanyama, he had 20 points. He shot 4 of 15 from the field, including 3 of 11 against Isaiah Hartenstein. Stand up for Alex's people. On the other end of the court.
That's racist.
That's racist.
On the other end of the court.
Racist.
Wemby only had 1 rebound in the first half. And Oklahoma City, because, he's supposed to be, Wemby, the greatest defender we've ever seen.
Oh, no. Every team should now change their roster because of him.
The Thunder shot 49% with him on the court, the highest field goal percentage as a team has shot against him in these playoffs. And then after the game, Victor Wembanyama was so upset. Here's what he said to the media. He left. He didn't talk to nobody. Tough night for Wemby.
What language is that? Is that monk? What is that?
You got to be silent.
It's Buddhist, Rob. Buddhist.
Oh.
That's right.
Don't say that.
Is it a silent?
Stop. Just stop.
You already know.
I already know you. I'm
Rob,
trying to keep you employed for 4 or 5 more years.
You mean you made love to her and the next day you didn't even call her? I mean, you were from a silent order.
I hardly know her.
Oh, gosh. There we go. This is a Worship Wednesday where we're going to be baptized Wednesday in a minute.
All right, go ahead.
Listen, Wemby, unfortunately, the big man came up small. In his biggest game of his career, Game 5, we know the percentages of when you win a Game 5 in a series, you likely to go on and win the series. This was a big one for him, for that team, the Spurs, and they depend upon him. Listen, he's averaging 37 points a game in the wins. He's only averaging 19 in the losses. They needed him to come up big, and he came up small, Rob. You can't go 4 for 15. Which is okay. Everybody has an off shooting night, but then I feel your presence in another way. You're blocking shots. You're dominating. You're changing shots. Maybe you have a big assist game. Maybe you have a big rebound game. Hey, I didn't shoot great, but I got 20 rebounds. He's capable of that. the idea that Hartenstein outplayed him, outworked him, other guys out, and the way the Thunder were able to get the shots they want, they shot almost 50% with him on the court. Come on, Defensive Player of the Year. Unanimous. I need to feel your presence. I need to see you out there changing shots. I need to feel like you're an enforcer. And then where he also came up small, Rob, you and I talk about this all the time. Things aren't going to go your way, but how do you handle it? And for the media, for him to have the media, to skip the media and to skip it and not speak, I didn't like that. Look, you didn't play great. Your team lost. You're only game 5. You can come back and win in game 6. You speak to the media. Hey, I let the team down. I didn't play big enough, or we didn't do this, or we let them get the shots they wanted. We weren't tough enough. You say it, you own it. Nobody's saying you have to have some whole long soliloquy, but you go up there, you man up, and you say it. You want to be the face of the league. You want to be the guy. You want to be Defensive Player of the Year, the MVP, and all of that. Well, this is a part of it. The responsibility for having a big game when your team needs it most, and also showing up, hey, when your team, you didn't work and you let them down, you own it up to it and you speak to the media. So I thought the big man came up pretty small in one of the big moments of his career thus far at 22 years old. And lastly, looks like he may have tried to put a couple of guys in to be Mason Plumlee to be one of the enforcer for him. And I don't like that.
Now be careful. Be careful with that. Now, unless you heard him say that, I don't like people jumping to conclusions. That's one
fair.
thing. That's you just.
This is what
you know what I'm saying. I don't care what anybody says unless you heard it.
This is what it looks like.
I got it.
He whispers something to Bismack Biyombo. Bismack said,
he could have said something. You got something on your nose there.
He could have. No, I think he would have just got it for him. Right? The teammate, he's just let me get that for you. Come here. Let me.
No. You ain't putting your finger in my nose.
And then he goes out there, and for the last minute 50 of the game, you got Plumlee and Biyombo beating up on Jeremy McCain for the Thunder. Jeremy McCain. And so he's beating them, fouling him, and at the end, they say, hey, this seemed like I got a little rough. What did you say? He said, man, at the free throw line, I said, hey, why, what's going on? Why are you fouling me like that? And he said, there's more coming. I don't like that. You know I like tough, hardcore. I don't mind the physicality. I don't even mind the fouls. But I prefer you to do that in the middle of the game. I prefer you to do that when you're down or you're trying to make a statement, not when the game's out of hand with 1:30 left and it has nothing to do with it. You bring in 2 guys off the bench who we ain't even seen this whole series. So I don't like that. If you're going to be the enforcer, Wemby, you enforce it. Maybe if you bow a guy and get your team into it or foul someone hard. I'm not saying hurt them, but foul someone hard. I'm okay with that. So the consensus for me is the big man came up small. It's okay. He's got game 6 to try to bounce back. But in game 5, he didn't show up the way he needed to, both on the court and even off with the way he handled the press conference. I could really get Alex going right now, Rob. If I was like,
man.
Can we make a bionic man now? You would just go in.
We've been.
I know. See? But I'm not going to get you going now because we don't have time for it today.
Faster.
You want me to let you hear the whole thing, Rob? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Odd couple,
the
Rob
$6 million
Parker,
man.
$6 million man. Which, by the way,
he would be the $8 billion man now, right?
You beat me to it. $6 million.
Inflation.
I'll be like, dang, he po. Right now, they ain't cutting it nowadays. All right, Odd couple, Rob and Kelvin on the TV theme song Thursday. And at University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA, now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. All right, Rob asked a good question of James Dolan. The Knicks are good. They're going to the finals, but do you want to see them win? Because maybe you don't like the way he's run the team for all these years. Maybe there's some other owners you don't want to see win because you just don't like the way they've handled and ran the team. Like a Dan Gilbert, in my opinion, some others as well. Who you got? 877-99 on Fox.
All right, let's kick it off with Thomas in Georgia. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, how you doing, Rob? Kelvin?
Yo.
Doing great.
So to coin a phrase, a cliche, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. You guys know I'm an avid Knicks fan. But if I wasn't a Knicks fan, I just couldn't wish that on the players, of not wanting to see them, win a championship because of a bad owner.
No, I get your point. I hear you.
That's fine. Okay, but also even the players, that what he did to Charles Oakley and the stuff that he's done to fans, that's what I get it. Where the players come in, that doesn't mean that I don't want to see bad people win. I don't want to see bad people win. I don't.
Listen, I agree with that 100%.
You saw what he did to Charles Oakley? Did you see what he did? Had him thrown out of the building like a dog?
Yeah, I sure did. But, I really would like to hear a truthful answer of what made the light bulb go off in his head. I don't even know if he's changed his ways, but evidently he didn't care about spending money, when he first started. So when and how and why did that light bulb go off?
That's a good question. That's a fair. The only thing I can think, I brought up Rose earlier, Leon Rose.
Cheap. I don't think he was ever cheap.
No, I think it's meddling. He was meddling, and then things where you thought you'd need your owner to be there, he wouldn't show up. You mean
like Jerry Jones, right?
Yeah,
like Jerry
exactly.
Jones,
and
right?
sometimes that's a part. And you led me to where I was going, Rob. Maybe he decided I can still be the owner of the Knicks, but I can lay out and let Leon Rose run his team or whoever else, and I can just fall back. Because sometimes, like Jerry Jones, if he ever just fell back, they might mess around and win.
No doubt. Hey, Gary in Maine, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Gary?
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. I gotta say I'm not rooting for James Dolan to win anything at all. I'm in my 50s. I remember Knicks fans crying for years how he was the worst owner since Rod Sterling.
Thank you.
And the reason that the Knicks got good was the fact that he was distracted with his little sphere project and couldn't concentrate on the Knicks. And that's when they got good. And when he came back, the first thing he did was blow up and fire a coach. He's the typical James Dolan of old. He has not changed his ways. My friends and I joke constantly of what his blow-up is going to be at the end of the year. And he's still an owner. No, I'm not rooting for him.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Yep, I hear
Appreciate
you,
it, man.
And I think you meant Donald Sterling, not Rod Sterling.
No, he heard Rob Sterling Jr. That's what he was talking about.
Rob Sterling Jr.
That's what he was talking about.
Oh, man. All right. 877-99 on Fox. What
Did
about?
Did you mean Raymond Burr?
Oh, man.
Alexi.
He got his panties in a bunch over that one.
You know it. In Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Is that Alexi? What's up?
It's an honor to be Alexis. Yes.
Alexis, sorry about that. Alexis in Las Vegas. What's up, my man?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. It's an honor to talk to you guys. Hey,
thank you.
Can I ask you guys a quick question right quick?
Shoot.
Yes.
I need your opinion on this. Today is National Hamburger / Cheeseburger Day. Which do you prefer, In-N-Out or Five Guys?
Oh, man, this is the hard-hitting journalism right now, Rob Parker. He said, screw some Donald Sterling. We need to get to the heart of this. I'm going to go In-N-Out. It's an easy answer. They've been consistent. You know what you're getting. And after all these years, 70, 80 years in business, they barely raise their prices, unlike everybody else who has a lesser quality product. Bam!
I'm sorry. I'm going to take Five Guys. The only problem is I need 5 wallets to pay for it.
You ain't lying. Hey, you ain't lying, bro.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
You're going to need 5 jobs to get up in there. All right, I appreciate that. I love that James Dolan inspired a burger conversation.
I don't know how did he squeeze through, Rob G? That's what was screened? Was that the
No,
thing?
he said he wanted to talk about James Dolan, but apparently once he got on air, all he cared about was what the two brothers think about fast food.
Maybe he watches Spectrum. We had a whole burger. It's National Burger Day, like he mentioned. We had a whole burger segment, and maybe that's what it was.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did.
Did you guys give a shout out to Del Taco, the double Del?
I'm not doing this with you.
Wow,
Rob G.
That's low. That's you know what, Kelvin. No knock to you. I'm just saying. That's local news, Alex and Rob G.
You're right.
National Sneaker Day, National Pizza Day.
Hey, Rob.
National Hamburger Day.
Because I don't see Good Morning America do that. Today's show don't do that, Rob G. Boy, you better stop it. They do that all the time. And I'm trying to get some Craig Melvin laughs and money. Give me the Craig Melvin laugh.
Hey, Rob G and Alex, I was once watching Fox 2 News in the morning in Detroit.
What they
and they had a live reporter at Home Depot telling me about it was going to snow in Detroit and how people are buying shovels and salt, and they're running out of salt at the Home Depot.
Wait, see, you had me for the first 2/3 of it. See, you missed it. That is a news headline. They're running out of salt.
It's
is
not.
The headline.
No, it ain't. That is not.
If you said it was snowing and they're buying shovels, I'd be with you. Running out of salt is a dangerous thing.
Running out of salt is not a news story. You go to another store. What are you talking about?
Running out of salt.
If he said there was no salt in the city of Detroit,
there you go.
Stop it.
Look, you know who ain't running. You ain't never running out of salt. Being salty over there. You know what? If it's Bree, it's for we. Update us right now, Bree. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Okay, guys.
I am salty all the time.
Oh, man. Go ahead. Rob Planters.
Planters on line 1, Bree.
Oh, good. You know it's me. Hi, Rob. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Okay, good.
I need to get you a T-shirt.
Yeah.
What do you got on your chest?
That's a good point.
A name tag. Yeah, he called me Monty earlier, Kelvin. You missed it.
Hey, yo!
You do need he needs to get you a shirt, not with your name tag, that says MLB Bro. That's what he wants.
Oh, that's so true.
And then he wants, by the way, he wants to sell the shirt. It's a game worn. He wants to sell the shirt.
I'm not buying anything for the rest of the year now.
No, not from you. He wants to sell it to the guys, the viewers.
People buy it.
They
want show war.
Yes.
Bree is so innocent. She don't ever catch stuff. You're so innocent.
Right?
She's like, I don't want to buy anything else the rest of the year.
I'm watching my budget.
No, they want a show-worn Bree T-shirt.
She's just so innocent she didn't get it.
Nobody would buy that. That's disgusting.
It was Bree.
I know. Guys are gross. I know. You guys would do anything, buy anything.
I'm not a budget till Christmas. Girl, we ain't talking about you buying nothing. They're buying your
Summertime's
shirt.
around the corner.
I'm budgeting right now. I have my Excel sheet
My middle name
going.
right now is Bree Budget, okay?
All right, go, Bree. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. How am I supposed to transition out of that? All right, guys. People who might be budgeting, maybe the Board of Governors, as they passed a new anti-tanking rules that expanded the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams, a regulation zone where the bottom 3 teams get penalized with lessened chances for the number 1 pick and flattened odds. Teams cannot have the number 1 pick in consecutive years, and they can't have top 5 picks in 3 consecutive years. Later on tonight, we got OKC looking to be the first team to reach back-to-back NBA Finals since the Warriors in 2019, as Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals between the Spurs and Thunder in San Antonio tips off at 8:30 Eastern Time. OKC obviously has a 3-2 series lead. SGA is 1-4 in Game 6s in his career, just a heads up. Other news in the league, Knicks center Mitchell Robinson has suffered a right broken pinky finger, and there is no timetable for his return. News out of baseball, as MLB officials proposed a hard salary cap to union officials as a part of ongoing CBA negotiations. The proposal would set a $171 million payroll and a $245 million ceiling beginning in 2027. The Angels outscored the Tigers in Detroit 7-1. The White Sox beat the Twins 6-2. Ronald Acuna Jr. hit a grand slam in the top of the 6th to help the Braves crush the Red Sox 10-2. Back to you guys.
Appreciate it, Bree. Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a TV theme song Thursday. And by the way, professional truck and bus drivers train for thousands of miles, but even the best drivers, well, they need more space to maneuver their long vehicle around a tight corner. So hang back, give them extra room to turn safely, stay clear, stay safe. America pros rely on you. Paid for by FMCSA. Rob G., we already knew essentially kind of the news broke, I don't know, maybe a month ago, give or take, but now it's official, the NBA and the tanking rule.
It's official like a referee with the whistle. The NBA Board of Governors announced today new anti-tanking rules, 29-1 vote, damn near unanimous. And here's what they're going to do. They're going to expand the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams. They're going to flatten the odds even further and create what they're calling a relegation zone that penalizes the bottom 3 teams, which means if you're the bottom 3 teams.
You know what? Can I stop you for one second?
Okay.
Adam Silver and this soccer BS, like he wants to be the commissioner of a soccer league. Relegation. That's when teams get dropped out of the main league, but he just had to try to use that word.
Come on, Rob. You got to get global. You got to get global. Get global, Rob.
Rob don't like vocabulary now. Okay.
Regulation. It's regulation.
To talk to Rome.
Rob, you are entirely too educated to get mad at people for using good words.
Come on, wordsmith.
I'm just like, what?
Rob got degrees from Columbia. He teaches at USC, but he's like, if you use the word relegation in this class,
I'm going to regulate you. If you relegate, I'm going to regulate.
I'm going to relegate you back to high school.
If you regulate,
don't you remember the song I made before? I made a song back in the 90s.
Regulators! Relegators!
So you got that one. And so basically what it means, like just to summarize that, if you finish in 6th to 12th place, you have a 71% chance of getting one of the top picks. And if you are a bottom 5 team, you only have a 29% chance. So basically, the days of tanking to get a high draft pick are over.
I don't think they are, though, Rob. Both of you, Robs. I think the days of obviously tanking are. And I think the other challenge for this, Rob, is it's difficult. How do you discern a team that's genuinely bad versus a team that's tanking, right? We saw some apparent stuff this year, maybe more than ever in my life. We know, Rob, you know this. You've been covering the league. I've been watching the league my whole life. Tanking has happened all the time. Like, we always talk about the Lakers and the Celtics and the Pistons and the Bulls of the 80s. Well, there's a bunch of other teams we never talk about because they were terrible. They were tanking in the 90s as well, the early 2000s. It just was never this egregious. Where the Utah Jazz was making it apparent, benching guys in the fourth quarter, not playing guys, taking a $100,000 fine, like we don't care. But my question is, there are some teams, Rob, who they're just bad. It was an injury, a big-time injury, right? If you're the Pacers, it's some things happen. And so now those guys, not that they were trying to benefit, but they legitimately were bad. So that's going to be interesting. It also hoses the the Memphis Grizzlies, who have the Utah Jazz pick. But because they picked in the top 5 the last 2 years, now the Grizzlies, Rob, who had nothing to do with it, now they won't get a top 5 pick because of this. So I thought there would be some type of exception for that. But it's just interesting. One thing, I'll go back to Adam Silver. One thing he's been doing over the last 5 to 10 years, Rob, licking his finger, hanging in the air, and going, what's the temperature? What's everybody saying? They mad at me about that? Oh, got to switch it up. They mad about this? Oh, switch that up. And I think this is a result because they've been tanking for years. We know this. But now they're trying to get it. And I appreciate the effort because it was egregious this year, the way they didn't care and they were in our face with it. We'll see how it works out. With those 6 to 12, they have a 71% chance winning it. But I do applaud the effort because, again, I think the league played in our faces too much that a change had to be made.
It was just awful. It was bad for business, and teams were so blatant, taking players out in games and
critical
all kinds
moments.
Of stuff.
Hey, best players, come sit down.
And you can't do that. Like I'm not a big Adam Silver fan, but he understands. Like if you keep doing that, you're going to turn fans off from wanting to come to the games and wanting to buy tickets. And you got to be careful. Always have to protect it. I get it. You go ahead and you think that it's only about the TV money and that's all you care about. Go ahead. The fans make the game. Yep. The reason that people are paying your television fees is because they believe people are going to watch their networks, right? Or their outlets. And once you take that away, don't forget, it wasn't a million years ago that this league was on tape delay when people lost faith in the league and turned on the NBA. I was alive.
Yeah.
I saw it. with the NBA Finals being on tape delay. And can you imagine watching the local news, Kelvin, at 11 o'clock, and the sports guy says, hey, the NBA Finals Game 1 is all over. If you want to watch coming up at 11:30, turn your sound down or look away. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, but that was the reality.
And that was the reality. And then the game would come on at 11:30 at night after your late local news, and you would watch the game like it did, like you had know what happened.
One thing crazy. You brought up a great point. I think sometimes we forget, especially if you're relatively younger, you assume that sports were this massive thing, like the money is the way that it always was. And you know this, dude, if you played in the NBA, Bill Laimbeer talked about this. He said, my dad made more money than I made in the NBA. He was like, because he just ran a business. And he wasn't a gazillionaire. He's just a hard working he had a construction business. He's like, my dad made more money than I made in the NBA. Point being, sports wasn't always just crazy with the money on a million different channels and social media sites and streaming apps and all that. It select sports mattered. Boxing, baseball, here or there, maybe one other, but football was growing. But it wasn't what it is. So people don't really know that world where sports can go up and down. Look at hockey.
But I always
mean?
look at two things. Yeah, I look at two things, like from my career, is when they used to fly commercial, and I used to sit on the plane next to Mark Jackson, the starting point guard of the New York Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was on the flight. Me and the writers and everybody, we were on a commercial flight.
Yeah.
And they were sitting in coach next to me, like on the flight to whatever cities we were going to. And number two, they had started an all-sports newspaper back in the early 90s called The National. And it was an all-national sports paper. And guess what? NBA players got $50 a day for meal money, right? To pay for your meals while you're on the road. The writers from The National got $51 a day. The writers from a newspaper got $1 more meal money than NBA players. I'm not even kidding you. Yep. It was $50 for NBA players and $51 for sports writers who work for The National.
And that just shows you. So, the whole point for me, maybe the toothpaste is out the tube, will never go back. But I just say to your point that you don't know, and I think sometimes leagues take for granted, like, oh, we're good, it'll never go back. Hockey, I remember hockey being much bigger than it was. Remember we talked about the 4 main American sports? Hockey was right there. We don't look at it like that anymore. And other, the NBA, you better get some things right? You got some good product right now, some good young talent. You don't want everybody to think that everybody's tanking. You don't want everybody
forget,
thinking
we saw the numbers.
Management.
You remember for the World Baseball Classic, Kelvin?
Yep.
They were hired in the NBA Finals.
Exactly.
And
baseball is on
in
a
March.
great run right now. So you don't, and which is why baseball too. We talked about it yesterday. Don't mess this up with the negotiation and the contract because you're in a great role right now. Don't screw this up and be 1994 all over again. So, but kudos to Silver. We'll see if this works. It's going to be in, I think, until 2029, and then they'll have to reassess if they, what they want to do then. So it's going to have a few-year run, and so we'll see what they do. All right, Sheco City, Tie Rack Player of the Day on the way. It is the Odd Couple on the TV theme song Thursday. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio.
Becky Hammond, you'll recall a few years ago, she raised some eyebrows when she was on ESPN during the playoffs talking about Jalen Brunson. She said, quote, if your best player is small, you are not winning. Well, now, flash forward to May 2026, Jalen Brunson is the quarterback of the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, but wait a minute. And the thing that kills me is now it's about Jalen Brunson, but you said it. When did the team turn around when Mike Brown made a change to where everything was facilitated through
Cat?
Okay,
Big
go ahead.
facts.
I'm just saying that, like you can't have it both ways. Like when they made that change, he played hero ball in those games in Atlanta and they lost, and then he made the change. So is it the change or is it Jalen Brunson?
I think he's playing they're playing better as a whole. He's still the guy. He's the
But
engine.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah. But they finally found a better offensive way to get everybody involved.
So, of course, with the Knicks headed to the NBA Finals, Becky Hammon was asked about her infamous comments this week. Here's her response.
You're taking a little bit of grief from what you said about Jalen Brunson.
You are. I'm not big in that.
I never say. Hey,
exactly. That's why I'm saying.
No, I mean I speak from experience, and I never. Allen Iverson got MVP, and he lost in the finals, and I think the two best teams are probably in the West. But I'm up for being proven wrong. And that's the other thing is I think Jalen Brunson's a hell of a player, I'm speaking historically on the NBA with what I said. I don't know why that's being brought, like why everybody's so stuck on that. I said it 2 years ago. I stand by it.
I'm letting you clear the air.
There's no air to be cleared. I said what I said. He proves me wrong. He proves me wrong. I mean, good for him. But I do think the two best teams are in the West.
We know who you like, right?
Oh, well, you know who I'm cheering for.
Hey, I'm with Becky. Becky, I'm with you. I stand with Becky. She's talking about historical. She is. We've talked about it before. She's not breaking any news. And when the Knicks lose with Jalen Brunson, is anybody going to go back to her and go, "Hey, Becky, you were right"? How many people going to go back to Becky and say she was right? No. So I'm glad that she didn't back down. She's not like some of the callers with Kelvin. You know what I'm saying?
Let me calling you back. Rob. Okay, you right, Rob. I'm sorry I called.
I don't have any issue with Becky. She's talking about historically. She's backed it up. Allen Iverson was an MVP. Mm-hmm. Allen Iverson did come to Los Angeles, Rob G, and win game 1 of the NBA Finals, right?
Stepped over Ty Lue.
And then what happened?
That was it.
That was it. That's all I'm saying. And it doesn't mean are the Knicks for sure going to win the NBA championship, and then you can put that to rest. And she said it. If he proves me wrong, I'll gladly acknowledge that he was right and I was wrong.
You know what I love about her? That she stood on business. She was on some Rob Parker. I call her Becky Parker right now. She was her brand muffin bag. She was consistent with it. No, listen, she's right, and I want her to be so wrong. Just as a, not the tallest person in the world, formerly 4'11" in high school. I told you that. Thank God I grew some.
I can't believe you were 4'11".
I know. I can't believe it. I told you all.
You had to be bullied, right? Did they bully
No.
you?
What? Come on now. See, now you took it too far.
Why?
Come on, man.
I would have bullied you if you were 4'11" in high school.
First of all.
I was 6'1".
First of all, your boy had hands.
Okay.
Second of all, your boy's charming. Are you kidding me? What was it with bullying? You know what I'm saying? Third of all, I was cool with the ladies and the teachers and everybody was cool. I was cool. I was like,
the girls thought you were like cute, right?
Well, the juniors and seniors, they just put me on the hip like a little baby. They said, now when you go through puberty, come here. You so cute when you get older. I was like, so yeah, juniors and seniors a little rough.
I can't imagine. I was never 4'11". I don't think.
Well, I think you were for me. I don't think you came out the womb 6'4". Okay, but I kept growing. So my point is, I wanted to be wrong, but history has proven we only really have, Rob, 2 examples. Zeke, which, as you know, you obviously spent all those years in Detroit. Isaiah Thomas, Zeke. And then Steph Curry, more recently. That's really it. We have guys who were good. We have guys who gotten close. We have guys who were dominant. But those are the only 2. We got Steve Nash, back-to-back MVP. But he never got to the finals. We got Chris Paul.
There were a lot,
arguably the best player at point guard for a decade. He got to the finals when he was like third or fourth fiddle with the Suns, but I mean he never got there when he was with the good teams, when he was with the Rockets, when he was with the Clippers, never able to do it. Allen Iverson, as she mentioned, he got there. He was that guy for years. We know that. Never could quite pull it off. So I want her to be wrong, but unfortunately history has proven that she's right. Is this Fraggle Rock? Oh, snap. You don't know nothing about this one, Rob. Odd couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a TV theme song Thursday. Used to be my jam, Alex. Coming up, we still got a lot going on in the show. We got Foul or Fair next hour with J.R. Gamble. Foul! Looking forward to that. We got Ricky Weeks, former MLB All-Star, going to join us in our last hours around 6:30 in the West, 9:30 on the East. Looking forward to that as well. Right now, it's time for Shackle City.
Welcome to Shackle City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Did I do that?
All right,
Did I do that? Did I do that? I did do that. I was 2-1 last night.
Yay.
146 and 116 is wowsy, wowsy, woo, 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 woo. Yes, I'm feeling really good. 30 games over 500.
That's good.
You got a tissue for me?
You need to man up and put some money on it, Rob.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to start putting the money I never spent for my kids to go to college. I'd save money. I had a 529 plan.
Did you really?
I now got I had a 529 plan. Now I have $4 billion in it because I didn't have kids.
Yeah, right. You slid that right over to Cinnamon Williams.
Man. All right. Here we go. We only got 2 games tonight, obviously, because it's getaway day in baseball and only 1 basketball game. So I got the San Antonio Spurs at home -3.5 to beat OKC, forcing the game 7. That's my best bet. And I'm also taking the Rangers -1.5. They're hosting the Astros in Arlington. So Rangers -1.5. And Wemby, everybody knows it's Wemby.
Everyone knows it's Wemby.
Where's our cartoon at?
Everyone knows it's Wemby.
There it is. Hey. Rob, go ahead and finish this because we gotta talk about Wemby as a mobster.
And remember, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on. I need baby oil.
Rob, I'm getting more and more convinced that he put the hit out. By the way, he was like, "Hey, Plumlee, come here." Next thing I know, both Plumlee and Biombo beat up McCain. Am I wrong, Rob G? I'm telling the truth. He said I'm telling the truth.
You don't have any evidence.
My evidence is, hey, man, I'm sick of these dudes. He coming out here, man. Go knock him out. Check. Hey, yo, come here, Biombo. I'm sick of this dude, man. Go knock him out. Next thing I know, for a minute and 30 minutes, a second. Did you not see it? What you think he said to him, Rob? Hey, man, I really love you guys. And
what color nail polish does I'm sorry.
McCain, that's what he said.
McCain, what color nail polish does McCain have on?
That's you know what? Maybe we met in the middle. Maybe he said, "Hey, the dude with the purple nails, go beat him up." That's what he said right there. Because next thing I know, I ain't gonna lie, Rob G, I didn't even know Plumlee was on the team. Next thing I know, he came in and beat him up.
McCain can't be a nicer guy. Like, I've seen interviews with him. Like, he's the greatest guy in the world.
Man, dude, the people are dumb. That's all I'm gonna say. The internet. I meant to send. I gotta send it to the group text. People are dumb. Somebody narrated the whole thing. It was really freaking funny. They did the French accent. Then they did like, "Yeah, we'll beat him up." And then they did McCain like, "Ow!" It was hilarious. All right, Tyrek play of the day.
A 1-0 pitch. He squares it up and drives it. A big boom to left field. It's a grand slam. A monster mash for Ronald Acuna. A gigantic base hit for the Braves. And they tack on 4 and lead 7-2 in the 6th. Braves fans down the third base line going wild here at Fenway.
Was that the announcer or the fan? What? I mean, who did it hit?
How hilarious that is to me.
Ow.
That is Braves Radio on the call. Your Tyrek.
Ow.
Your Tire Rack play of the day brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. That and the Kawhi, two things in sports that will never, ever, ever get old to me. Absolutely not.
I'm a fun guy.
Tell him at Kawhi. What else?
Obviously, I love the game of basketball. I mean, it's just more questions you have to ask.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
news out of the NBA as the Board of Governors has passed new anti-tanking rules that expanded the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams, a regulation zone where the bottom 3 teams get penalized with less than chances for the number 1 pick and flatten odds. Teams cannot have the number 1 pick in consecutive years, and they can't have any top 5 picks in 3 consecutive years. OKC is looking to be the first team to reach back-to-back NBA Finals since the Warriors in 2019, as Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals between the Spurs and Thunder in San Antonio tips off at 8:30 Eastern Time. Knicks center Mitchell Robinson has suffered a right broken pinky finger, and there is no timetable for his return. Heading over to baseball, MLB officials proposed a hard salary cap to union officials as a part of ongoing CBA negotiations. The proposal would set a $171 million payroll floor and a $245 million ceiling. I'm Brianna Miro.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Welcome in, hour number 2 on a TV theme song Thursday.
Number 2.
Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. We are the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection and convenient installation options like mobile tire installation where they'll come to you. That's right, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Of course, you could also watch us here on YouTube.
Do it!
All you got to do to find us is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, in about 28 minutes, it's Foul or Fair.
Foul!
That is a foul ball.
With J.R. Gamble from
Rob, watch out!
MLBBro.com.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Ow, that hurt.
You know, I
and
just
then,
saw the video
of
for the first time, too, by the way.
Did you really?
Yeah, I
And of
just
course,
saw it
Shop
right
Talk
now.
as well.
Hilarious. Shout to Shop
So
Talk.
a lot to go there. And Rob G, game number 5 is quickly approaching.
It really is. Before we get to that, though, we got the YouTubians weighing in, Rob. I know you care about that.
What they
Anytime
saying?
you got people talking about Rob Parker, he wants to hear it, good or bad, right, Rob?
Only good, though.
No, he wants to hear the bad stuff.
All right, what they saying?
PBB NYC. So it's a Knicks fan. You can imagine what he's going to say about Rob Parker. Rob Parker is just a clout-chasing clickbaiter. No LOL, nothing like that. Rob Parker is a clout-chasing clickbaiter.
How am I? What based on what? What am I?
You
how am
hate
I
the
clout
Knickerbockers.
chasing?
Man, hey, beat Rob G.
Okay, so
If we got to go
wait
through a few
minute,
more
Rob
weeks in the
G.
Knicks.
I'm sorry, what?
You got to relax with
Okay,
all
Rob
that.
G.
The hard R.
Just call them the Knicks.
No hard R.
Just call them the
Whoa.
Knicks.
Rob G.
I'm a
Rob
little
G.
nervous.
Okay, all the people from Detroit say what?
You a hater.
Yeah, you a hater.
Okay, all the people in L.A. when I was standing out front of Crypto.com arena, some guy yelled out, "L.A. hater," and I turned my head like he said, I swear I did that. I swear.
So there's
That is
truth to it.
unbelievable.
There's truth to it.
No,
what you're saying is there's
turn around.
truth. Is we got evidence that proves this.
My point is,
He could have
I'm
said
not
LA
a
lover. You
fan.
wouldn't have turned around.
No, I'm not a fan. I don't care where I live or what town I'm working in or what radio station or newspaper I'm writing for. No matter where I worked, everybody thought I hated the team or the city or whatever. And what I'm saying to you is that is a compliment to me as a reporter. It really is a compliment because people don't think that I'm a rah-rah, a homer, or with the home team.
Well, first of all, I ain't listening to nothing you said because you already told us, if I'm writing, I'm ripping. So you always trying to rip somebody. That's what it is. You think you slick. We know what it is. You're like, yeah, I'm about to go
just
to
the title
I'm about to
of-
go to
that's gonna be the
Cincinnati
title
and
of
get
my
them
book.
riled up. Yeah, I'm about to go to Detroit and get them riled up. Yeah, I'm going to New York, son. I'm gonna get them riled up, son. Yeah, I'm coming to West Coast, homie. I'm about to get them riled up, homie. Dead homies.
No, it's called reporting. It's called having context. I don't know if you saw my
Having
take today,
context.
Rob.
Oh, the
Rob G
MLB
saw
now.
it.
Oh my gosh, Rob!
Well,
some
wait
of
a
the
minute,
text
tell
I got
Kelvin.
about that take.
What did he say?
So
Kelvin,
Sho-
you didn't even see it.
Shohei Ohtani, right, has the single lowest ERA by any pitcher ever with at least 50 innings.
6 inning scoreless and a home run last night.
Yeah,
What does Rob say?
Ohtani is just great. Let me read the headline.
It's 0.82.
Yes.
Is that
Okay.
right?
And so Rob Parker goes on MLB Now, which I believe he gets paid to do, which is incredible. And they say, quote, I'm not overly impressed because he's beaten up on the Giants, the Padres, who I think Rob picked to make
Who
the
he
World
picked to
Series,
make the world every
and
year.
the Rockies. And then I got some people text, tell Rob, hashtag stop Asian hate.
Wow.
Was Brian Kenny on?
Yes.
I'm about to start having beef with him for letting this nonsense ride. I told you
No,
because we
BK
got the
pushed
Dodgers
back.
in our building.
He pushed
No, he
back.
did. Credit to
Okay,
BK. He
shout out
did
to
push
BK.
back.
All right, never mind BK. We
Yeah.
still cool. Because I'm about to say BK he'll fight back. If he was treating you like these callers where they come on hot and then, okay, Rob. Well, you be going on there saying,
BK pushed back.
all right, good. Shout out to BK. Because you're going to find Rob G. Let me tell you, Rob, goalpost moving Parker, you will move that goalpost.
Hey, now we know why they shortchanged him at the Panda Express that one time. They heard his takes.
They heard and they had enough. I ain't giving this man 7 scrimps. He only
Never.
getting 5.
Never.
And I ain't buy another shrimp meal from there.
You still be getting your sodas, though.
Yeah, big facts. All right, well, we started this hour talking about it. We're about 30 minutes or so from tip-off Game 6. The San Antonio Spurs, backs against the wall, win or go home in San Antonio. SGA and OKC looking to close things out. But one of the storylines coming into this game and throughout this series has been the officiating, right? SGA is a flopper. He's a foul merchant, so on and so forth. Last Friday, we talked about on this show that Dylan Brooks got in partnership with Underdog Fantasy and created a game and a commercial about the unethical hooper aimed at SGA. Well, yesterday we found out that an attorney office who represents SGA sent a cease and desist letter to Underdog, Dylan Brooks, and the like, demanding that they remove the website, remove the commercial, stop making fun of the unethical hooper. And to their credit, Underdog Fantasy said, no, hell no, we're going to leave it up. We are not taking anything down. This is fair use.
I'm mad at SGA. Rob, he was supposed to go full Rob Parker on this one and say, you know what? I'm about to own this thing. This is what I would have did. I would have ordered, what they say, they made 100 of them. I would have ordered all 100, and then y'all would have got a dope shot of me and all my teammates playing the game in the locker room. I would have went full on troll on this, because listen, he's talked about it before, Rob. He says, look, I get it. If I was a fan of another fan base, I would hate me. If I was a fan of another team, I wouldn't like me. He said, but I guarantee you I know a fan base that loves me, OKC. So at this point, I would just lean into the villainism. Like, I'm sitting here doing all the right things. I'm sitting here trying. We play hard. We play competitive. When I score 40, you interview me. I got my whole team behind me, so it's not about me. It's about we. I would be like this, Rob. This is how I'll be if I was the Thunder. Y'all don't love us? Let it be known then. I would say this. I would say y'all don't love us. We play hard. We play defense. We're good. We score. We've won the championship. We did it the right way. We've been building the team up. We don't just go pluck a bunch of superstars. So while I, Kelvin, get tired of the flopping, if I, Kelvin, were on that team, I would just own it. I would just say, you know what? The refs ain't calling it. Y'all keep talking about it. Y'all doing think pieces about it. You got social media posts about it. Everybody's making a thing of it. Yet we keep winning. We're winning. We're playing well. I'm MVP again. And, Rob, I would truly just lean into it. I would say screw it. And I'm telling you, I'd have bought all those games, had my whole team in there playing them, might come out with a T-shirt with the cover of the game on it. And at this point, seriously, I really mean this, Just lean into it because it's been the story. We had Antonio Daniels on yesterday. He said every time he does his show or he does calls like he calls on our show, it's the first thing people bring up. He said they don't bring up the high quality of basketball. They don't bring up this. They don't bring up that. So I'm just owning it. Right? And you know that villains make for good stories, right? We love our movies where you have your story. You got to have Professor X. You got to have Magneto, right? You got Batman. You got to have Joker, so on and so forth. So dang it, I would go ahead and be that because they've tried to do all the things the right way, right? Sam Presti's done it, built it bottom up. Draft picks, teams, small guys you never thought about, and low, guys you don't even know their names. They come together, they play hard. They have a coach you don't even know his name, and they play well. They're united. They play defense. And it's like you would think that's what people would love, but the flopping that they do has been the thing that turns people off. So I would just own it, Rob. I would become the OKC villains.
Here's my thing I'll say, Kelvin.
Yeah.
It's the weakest move in NBA history to here you are on the steps of going to another, NBA finals to be worried about filing suit and having your lawyers be involved in any of this. Any of this, if it's going to happen, would be in the offseason if I really was that bothered. But how in the world could this make this a story bigger than if you don't do this, it's not as big of a story? Why do you care? You just won another MVP. You're on the cusp of you're one game away from going to back-to-back NBA finals. Why are you involved in this? Why would you care? So what? Who cares?
The only thing I'll say, Rob,
everybody's not going to like you.
Yeah, I just think I told Rob G this. You know this from being in the business. I have agents. I'm assuming you had agents. Like you just. I wonder if this is them doing their due diligence.
I fired mine, but go ahead.
Yes. Oh, you did. and I'm wondering if it's just like I'm locked in. I'm focused. He hasn't been. And listen, SGA hasn't played great, by the way. Not just in this series. He didn't play that great against the Lakers, and we thought, they're just a little off right now, blah, blah, blah. He hasn't looked spectacular. He's been a lesser version of what we normally get for him for quite some time. So he's locked in. He's trying to find a way to win. He's locked in with his team. You mentioned it. They're a game away from going back to the finals. I don't know if this was him as much as this, I'm your business manager, I'm your agent.
No. Kelvin, do not do that. Do not do that. They work for him, so don't tell me the business manager
but I
and
also
people
trust
are
you to
doing
take care
stuff
of
that if they come to me with that, first of all, I would say, why would you bring that to me and I'm in the midst of going to an NBA finals, or I just won an MVP? Don't bring that to me.
And they may not, and you bring up a great point, which is why I think
I'm just saying they work for you.
They just put out a cease and desist. Hey, man, we're going to cancel that. Don't even worry about that. You locked in. Don't even worry about that.
He has to. His name is involved in that lawsuit. Those are his lawyers. So don't tell me he didn't know anything about it. I would have said to them, do not do that. I'm focusing on basketball. I don't give a damn about some nickname. That hasn't stopped me from winning 2 MVPs. Why do I care about that?
I'm walking in today with an unethical Hooper T-shirt and a hoodie, a full-on a hat. My team is playing the game. Rob G, tell me that wouldn't have been like you. Even if you don't like him, you would have applauded that. Like, oh, that's deep. That's great villainy right there. That's top level villainy right there. Like, and so I thought he would have been. I totally get your point though. We talk about this all the time. When you address the thing, you make the thing a thing.
You make it bigger.
We all laughed. We forgot. We said Dylan Brooks is crazy. We laughed and we moved on. And now Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington having a big conversation on a big platform. But I just think in a larger view of things, the Oklahoma City Thunder, you mentioned it. McCain, nice guy. Jalen Williams, super nice. SGA, Chet. So they're not mean guys, but at a certain point, I ain't going to keep taking all this, y'all ain't this, y'all bad for basketball, y'all. And again, Kelvin, don't like the flopping. But let me be very clear on that. But I'm saying if I was on that team, I would say, well, screw it. If y'all ain't going to like it, it's kind of how the Knicks were in the 90s or the Bad Boys in the late 80s and the 90s, where it was like, well, y'all telling us we're not the Lakers, we're not Celtics, you're not the young upstart Bulls, and we don't like – well, we're just going to lean into it and be the Bad Boys. I kind of would be like that if I'm the Thunder. All right, if y'all going to keep calling us that and making fun and talking about this and we're ruining hoops, well, screw it then. That's where I would be.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Should SGA and the Thunder lean into the villain role with this unethical Hooper thing, or should they have ignored it? Should he have ignored it? I mean, what is he doing during this whole situation? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, and we value you as a listener and a caller. 877-99 on Fox. Hit us up and stick and stay
For the reason why you're a part of the show in the US of A.
Of course, the Cavs get swept in the playoffs.
Yay.
People are calling for Kenny Atkinson's head, and of course, the Cavs do what?
Absolutely nothing. The
That's
Cleveland
it.
Cavaliers, despite getting swept and embarrassed on Game 4, they lost by damn near 40 points. It wasn't even competitive after the first quarter. Donovan Mitchell said after the game, I have no doubt that this group can get there. There being the NBA Finals, there being the top of the mountaintop, there being an NBA championship. Said it all year. The biggest thing is you use that as a learning lesson. Well, they're apparently taking a big learning lesson because ownership, Dan Gilbert, has decided, according to multiple outlets, that Kenny Atkinson as the head coach, James Harden as the point guard, and until further notice, Donovan Mitchell, they're all coming back next season in 2026.
This is simple for me. Fans ask and they wonder why their team hasn't won a championship in forever or 40 years, or the Lions or the Mets haven't won since 1986. I could go on and on and on of all these teams that haven't won in a long time. And usually fans will try to buy in with the idea that it's bad luck, or you know what I mean?
That
they're
dang
cursed.
goat.
They're cursed, or something happened. No, it's not. It's what the Cleveland Cavaliers did today, which is ignore the obvious elephant wearing a polka dot bikini inside the room, and they're just going to ignore it. What Kenny Atkinson did in Game 1 when he stopped coaching was a fireable offense. I get it. He beat the Pistons, the number 1 seed. They won Game 5 and Game 7 on the road in Detroit. We gave them credit. Applause. Very nice. But let me tell you, his coaching job and what he did here, and had the audacity to tell fans that coming into Game 4 that analytically they had won 2 of the first 3 games. Analytically. Dan Gilbert, this is for you. Hello, is this on?
It's on.
Okay. The team you just got embarrassed by got swept. Kelvin was against it last year, but I wasn't. And guess what? The Knicks went to the Eastern Conference Finals, lost the first 2 games, including blowing Game 1. And what did I say, Kelvin? That Tibbs needed to be fired. And guess what? They fired him. Now, I'm not a Mike Brown fan, but they needed a new voice and a change. Guess what they did this year? They went to the finals. They weren't afraid to make a change. Sometimes you got to make a change. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. This is a mistake by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this is why this franchise hasn't won since Moby Dick and LeBron James was a guppy. That's the only time that this thing has ever happened there.
Well, you got to tell Dan Gilbert that. Dan Gilbert make it like it wasn't nothing. We can win without you, LeBron. We'll do this. They ain't did nothing before or after. This is definitely, to me, I was telling Rob G this. You can't bring back a situation where 2 of the 3 main cogs, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and Kenny Atkinson, I have major concerns with, right? And this is, for me, I was like, we talked about this. I just couldn't see a backcourt of James Harden and Donovan Mitchell getting to the finals. They could absolutely have proved me wrong. I would have had to have seen it. They didn't.
They did prove you wrong in the Pistons series.
I ain't talking about the Pistons series.
No, but you didn't think that they could do that.
You didn't think the Knicks would get there.
I know, but I'm saying that. But you talking about the backcourt.
And I said they can't get to the finals.
You didn't think they could beat the Pistons.
And they got swept. And not only swept.
You didn't think they could beat the Pistons. Why can't you acknowledge that? You didn't think that backcourt could beat the Pistons.
I didn't think they could.
Okay, and I thought that they could beat the Knicks, and I was wrong. Just admit it.
I've been admitted it when they beat the Pistons. I'm on the Knicks right now.
Just go ahead.
And I absolutely thought they had no shot getting to the finals because I don't believe in James Harden. And I don't believe that Donovan Mitchell can be the one to singularly lead you. And Kenny Atkinson, who I was pretty much indifferent about, hey, they say he's a good coach. He's had some good run. Okay, we'll see. The problem I have with him is that when it was crunch time, or when it's time to make decisions, or when it was time to own up and fess up, he never did it. Game 1, they're up 22 with 7.5 left. They end up losing that one. And then instead of being like, hey, I'm not going to lie, I messed up, I should have used my timeouts, or I messed up, we should have, had some better defensive rotations, he doubled down on it. He's like, I will put James Harden in any situation like that. That's how we want to do it. And then, I like to keep a timeout. He doubles down on it. Then you go into it, what else does he do? As you just mentioned, he starts talking analytically. Analytically, we've won 2 of the 3 games. And then James Harden comes out, and what does he say? Well, shoot, I think we're the better team. I think with better team, we didn't win, but we're the better team.
Coach speak. We know
but
that.
No, you can do that, and I understand
that. All the time. Everybody.
Nobody does that when they get swept. Go ahead, Rob.
Different strokes it takes. Different strokes to move the world. Yes, it does. Come on, this show changed my life in college.
Wait, why this one changed your life?
Because I waited around just so I could say, what you talking about, Willis?
So Odd Couple,
I swear,
and that show, the 2 shows that changed your life.
Just for that. Just for that.
Oh, yeah. Are you trying to say
that and Perry Mason?
You were missing classes because of it? You were late to class?
I wouldn't leave for class until he said it.
That is funny. You couldn't DVR back then. You had to just wait and hold on and wait till you saw that part. Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a TV theme song Thursday. Clearly, shout out to DJ Ali Alex on the 1s and 2s. And at University of Maryland Global Campus, speaking of college, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA, now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. File a fare on the way with J.R. Gamble right now. Let's take some calls, Rob. 877-99 on Fox. Conversation about, I basically said, look, I would just lean into, if I'm SGA and the Thunder, everybody hates us. Well, dang it, we're going to give y'all some more reasons to hate. Rob brought up a good point of just saying, hey, why even be worried about the game, the unethical hooper game? Just lock in, be focused on hoop. What do you say, 877-99 on Fox? Who we got?
All right, what about Roberto in Assistant Coachella? Oh, no, that's Coachella, not Assistant Coachella.
Assistant Coachella.
What's up, Roberto?
Well, he can't be the head Coachella.
Hey, guys. I just want to say I love your show. I've been a listener for several years.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. You know it. It means a lot.
No, I appreciate you guys for the entertainment. I listen to you as often as I can.
All right, what you got on this?
All right, so I think SGA is pretty weak, and he got some really bad advice from his lawyers because, I mean, a company like a show like Saturday Night Live wouldn't exist without parodies.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That's a good point. No
So,
doubt.
You know
can
what?
I say one more thing?
When people do that, it means you matter. Do you know what I mean, Roberto? Like, it means you matter. People don't make fun of stuff that doesn't matter. So I don't know why he's so worked up about it. It would be one thing if he's being denied a chance at the All-Star game or really thinks that it's hurting him. He's winning MVPs, and he's pissed.
No doubt. All right, appreciate it, man. Good stuff. Who's next? Who we got?
Mike in Augusta. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mike?
What's up, everybody?
What's good?
How are you?
Everything's everything. So what I was thinking about was the revisionist history, because at one point we thought the Warriors were bad for basketball because they shot 53s per game. But now the only thing that we remember is them popping bottles and celebrating. So I say
no. The Warriors were bad for basketball. They were. There's no doubt about it. What we're watching now has pushed them to the back burner because this is bad to watch. Aesthetically, it's not a pleasing basketball game.
Wait, hold on. Why were the Warriors bad for basketball? I don't get that.
No, because everybody followed with the threes and the game changed. It became.
And I think that's our fault for being idiotic. The Warriors themselves were a heck of a team. They played top 2-3 defense every year, and they got a bunch of back screen layups all the time. We always think of the threes.
Them.
I get that, but I don't put that on the Warriors. I think that's lazy on the rest of the teams to just do that. You ain't got Steph. You ain't got KD. You ain't got Clay. Why are you shooting threes like that? All right, continue. Who next?
Did we lose him? Is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
MJ in New Orleans. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Peace to the stuff. Charbroiled Oyster Brothers. What's good with it?
The best I ever had was in New Orleans, man.
Woo. Say that. We do it. We do it. SGA took his lawyers off the leash, so technically it's not his hands on the paraphernalia. They should double down, and I think we saw a glimpse of it. They should sign Dylan the Villain next season. Really make these cats sick. I don't have a problem with him, Rob. The guy who's been doing it since '86. I don't know how you got so much hate for all these different things. Come on, Rob.
MJ, I'm gonna push back on you. I'm going to push back because I don't have hate for anybody.
Rob, I'm not backing up. Rob, I'm not backing up.
You're going to back down. You listen to me, MJ.
Because I got some – I know you're about 6'4", 6'5", but I got some size, Rob, so bring it, Rob. Bring it.
Hey, I'm pushing back on you, all right, because I don't have hate just because you want sunshine and lollipops. Turn the station. Go listen to somebody who's only going to tell you everything's great rather than when I told you, MJ, that the Lions weren't going to make the playoffs. Did you turn the station? When I told you the Chiefs weren't going to make the playoffs, did you turn the station because I was so negative and I hate everything? I was giving you insight, and you didn't know what you were getting.
Rob.
Fight, MJ, fight.
No, sir, Rob. I'm not saying that. And when we say hate, I'm an older guy like you, so we're not really talking about hate. I'm talking about you saying it's not stylistically the way I want to see it. No, Rob. Those guys are dominating a young team, and we all know the NBA wants parity. They don't want teams winning 2-3. No, Golden State did not break the game. You really got to just kick it like that. That's what you want. You want dominance. You want cats to do it. You want Lakers 3 in a row. You want Bulls 2-3 piece. That's what fans want. They want dominance. They don't want this parity thing of every year there's a new champion. That's whack.
I agree. I do agree with that. I think everybody acts like they want a champion every other year. No, you don't. You want the Bulls. You want the Warriors. You want Lakers 2001, 2, 3. Like, you want 49ers. That. Yankees as well, 49ers. You back in the 80s and 90s. You want that stuff, man, for sure. All right, appreciate it, MJ. And I appreciate him not backing down as well. That made me happy right there, Rob. Fought you back.
He did back down. He got very quiet like
he did get a little quiet. I ain't going to lie. He did get a little quieter. MJ, next time.
And the next time I come to New Orleans, the next time we're there,
yeah,
Kelvin, I'm going to hit him over the head with that dead rat that was in the street. Remember that, MJ. I'm going to pick it. It's still there. I bet it's still there.
Oh, shoot. You're dumb.
You know they don't clean the streets in New Orleans.
Only Bourbon Street. They're like, hold on. We got too many tourists coming. Go get the mouthwash and the shampoos. Put it all on the ground. File Affair on the way with J.R. Gamble right now. If it is Bree, it is for we.
What's up, guys? Okay, we're about 5 minutes away from tip-off of Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. Jalen Williams has been upgraded from questionable to available. He had missed the last 3 games with a hamstring injury. He's still not in the starting lineup, but hey, at least he's there. OKC is looking to be the first team to reach back-to-back NBA Finals since the Warriors in 2019. SGA is 1-4 in Game 6s in his career. News off the court, the Board of Governors has passed a new anti-tanking rules that expanded the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams. Regulation zone where the bottom 3 teams get penalized with less than chances for the number 1 pick and flatten odds. Teams cannot have the number 1 pick in consecutive years, and they can't have top 5 picks in 3 consecutive years. Other news, Mitchell Robinson has suffered a right broken pinky finger. Tough break for the Knicks, and there is no timetable for his return. In baseball, the Angels outscored the Tigers in Detroit 7-1. The White Sox beat up the Twins 6-2, and the Braves crushed the Red Sox 10-2. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bree. Odd Couple, Rob Parker. That's right, on a TV theme song Thursday. And as I mentioned, it was time to get to File Affair with our man J.R. Gamble. Let's do it now. File Affair.
That ball is. It was a big week in the big leagues.
Who's up? I don't believe it! My, oh my!
Is it foul or is it fair? And now, from MLBBro.com, here's J.R. Gamble.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. You're used to having Rob Parker finagle and finesse all of you as you call in to the Odd Couple. But one man who is unswayed, who runs MLB Bro single-handedly, and who has put MLB on his back is not Shohei Ohtani. Nope. It's none other than J.R. Gamble, which we are pending for right now. But, Rob, what do you have to say about that?
JR is the stir that stirs the drink for MLB Bro, but I am the top dog.
Wow.
How's that?
That's actually not bad, Rob.
My response is foul.
Really? Why?
It's foul.
That is a foul ball.
Just because that's one to go against Rob, that's all. What we got?
Yeah.
I mean, we're waiting,
right?
efforting, trying to get JR connected. He's texting me saying he's trying. He's not getting through. But in the meantime,
that
in
was a
between
good sale.
time,
You
look
had
at some
me
of these
sold,
topics.
Rob G.
I know that
All right, so
Foul
go
and
ahead,
Fair
Rob G.
is Rob
started.
Parker's favorite segment of the week, other than Shekel City. So let's get to it. All right, I got 3 baseball topics. They are all, I think they're good questions. Screw you guys.
It's because you came up with
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
We'll
And,
see. We'll be the judge of that.
We're going to go around the horn while we get JR efforting. We'll get Rob Parker first up at question number 1. So here we go. Rob, for the first time since 1994, and we have JR back, so we're going to put him on first. Screw you, Rob. You're going second. JR's here. What's up, JR?
What's up?
There we go.
I'm in the building.
We figured it out. Technology, man. All right, JR, here's the question. For the first time since 1994, MLB owners have officially proposed a hard cap to the players as part of the next CBA. Under their proposal, the cap would be set at $245 million, floor set at $171. Currently, only 10 teams fit inside that window. 20 don't. So here's the question, JR. Foul or fair to say this proposal will only hurt negotiations with the players?
Fair.
It's a fair ball.
Now, I'm not Einstein, so I'm not great with aprons and salary caps and things of that nature, but I do know that this is just more own the greed, okay? They use BS like competitive balance, small markets. They don't have to pay players to form a winner. Some franchises have been using the same excuses for me, one losing season after another, making fans think that they can't compete because the Yankees and the Dodgers choose to spend a lot of money to win. Honestly, I hate any mention of salary cap. For what? To me, baseball's been fine without one. Because there's a salary cap, you believe the owners are going to start running their teams different and losing franchises become winners because everyone spends basically the same amount. I'm not so sure about that, and I don't think the players should or would go for that.
I say foul.
That is a foul ball.
And I agree with JR about the idea about the cap and competitive balance. Baseball has really no leg to stand on because they've had more different champions over the last 10 years than the NFL and the NBA. So that's the wrong argument about the cap. But JR and Kelvin, here's the reason why I say it's foul, that it's going to hurt negotiations. I don't remember ever when they started negotiating this early instead of waiting until the season's over and then the winter and then spring training, you know what I mean? And then there's the 11th hour. The players put out a proposal. Now the owners have a proposal. We're only in May. The contract's not up until after the World Series. So I'm encouraged that both sides have put out something and both understand the importance of what's happening and where the game is, Kelvin, and how important it is not to stop the game. We can't stop the game. That's why I say it's foul.
So I'm actually foul. I definitely get what JR was saying. I think, they overblow the deal. We literally broke down the numbers of champions, or at least have made it to the World Series the last 30, 40 years. And you'll be surprised at some of the teams, small market, big market, middle market, how many times
Kansas City won a World Series.
And the Tigers have been a few times. They hadn't won it, but they've been. Like, teams get there. The only thing I will say, kind of echoing what you were just mentioning, Rob, we talked about it. Opportunity is now to continue to grow the game, continue to get fans back even more and grow new fans, younger fans. Don't blow this now. And I think both the players and the owners and also, of course, the commissioner know this. And so I think that's why they're saying, let's spend this season so that we can spend a lot of time gearing up, that when we really finally lock it in off season, it's not a long ordeal or a battle. We can knock it out earlier and not end up close to losing the 2027 season.
All right, question number 2, foul or fair with the odd couple, J.R. Gamble. Phillies pitcher Christopher Sanchez is on the kind of heater people only dream about. He's now thrown 44 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings, breaking a franchise
record. It ain't like Ohtani.
Record.
I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Stop Asian hate. That has stood for 115 years. Here it is. Here's the question, JR. Sanchez is still 14 1/3 innings away from the Oral Hershiser all-time record of 59. But is it foul or fair to say that he will, W-I-L-L, break that record?
Foul.
That is a foul ball.
Of course, I have no idea, but I'm just thinking historically that Hershiser record is something. I remember people tuning into local news and early ESPN to see if he was going to keep that streak going. So Hershiser was a special pitcher. Sanchez is definitely on a heater in May. Everyone expects him to cool off, but can he get to 14 1/3 innings? Well, that would be 2 more starts. Considering how he's been pitching, he went 4-1 in May. The least amount of innings he pitched in those 5 starts was 7. He had 2 8-inning outings and a complete game. So usually when you have that type of streak, I'll look for, 5 and out, 5 innings and out, 4 innings gone. But it's not like he's going 5 and getting pulled. So at this point, we can't definitely say he won't get there. He's been lights out. But I just don't think he can go 2 more starts 7 without giving up a run. It's very unlikely, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you and say fair that Sanchez.
It's a fair ball.
Right? Foul.
That is a foul ball.
Foul. And
agreeing with me, Rob.
I think he misremembers.
I'm agreeing with you on this one because 59 is an unbelievable number.
Woo, it is.
And 2 starts, like somebody can get lucky and just hit a home run. Or you get a walk, an error, and a bloop single, and you give up a run. Like, it's so hard. What he's done is incredible.
Yeah.
And it's looking like he's going to be the Cy Young in the National League, not Shohei Ohtani. I'm just saying.
Here you had to get it in there.
What? I'm just saying.
So they can say, hey, LA hater.
0.2 ERA.
Look, I'm going foul, fellas.
That is a foul ball.
And I'm going based off the team Oral Hershiser used to pitch for when he was winning World Series, and that's the Dodgers. They play the Dodgers. I haven't lined up starts yet, the Phillies, but he could potentially be playing the Dodgers, and that's going to be a hard team to just think you're not going to give up a score or 2. And then if it isn't, if to your point, JR, if it ends up being 2 games, so maybe he gets 1 start against the Dodgers, maybe he does it, then the next one against the Padres. I think that's just the 2 quality teams that it's going to be too difficult to not, to keep them scoreless. So I'm going to say foul simply for that reason.
According to Rob, the Padres are a piece of cake to slice through.
Yeah, we'll talk to
they're
him
not
2 months ago.
hitting. They're not hitting, though, is JR, go look at Manny Machado's numbers and go look at Tatis doesn't even have a home run. We're almost into June. Are you kidding?
Ow. Now, I give you props. Rob's dealing with the truth. We're dealing with reputation. That's why he's Rob Parker, baby. That's why he's Rob Parker.
Facts.
Last one.
Rob Parker.
Fair. J.R. Gamble sitting with the fellas.
I'm a woman.
Skubal is arguably the best pitcher in baseball. Problem is he plays for the Tigers, who are one of the worst teams in the league. And now anonymous execs are telling MLB.com that unless Detroit can have some kind of miraculous turnaround, Skubal will get dealt at the deadline. JR, here's the question. Foul or fair to say the Tigers should trade Skubal no matter what their record is at the deadline?
Fair.
It's a fair ball.
But it should have really happened a couple years ago. It was like fool's gold. You know, they're getting better. They're getting a little better. Let's hold on to them. Bad teams always do this. They hold a player too long. He's now, 2.5 years older than, when they were bad, and then they were good. Now they're bad again. So, yeah, they should have trade him to a World Series contender. You should have traded him when he was in his prime. A few wasted seasons later, now the Tigers aren't any closer. It's time to ship him, where his talents can be magnified, appreciated, put in the proper historical perspective. Fellas, guys like Skubal and Paul Skeens, it doesn't benefit baseball in any way to have them playing for losing teams who don't want to spend money and are begging for salary caps to hoard more money and not pay players. For his sake, trade him. Then maybe the rest of the country will know how good he is.
I'm going to say it is fair.
It's a fair ball.
And the reason I say it's fair, Kelvin, is real simple. They're not going to give him the $400 million, right? That's what it's going to take. Go and make a trade, get some players, right, to help you rebuild. They're not. Scott Boras wants $400 million for his client. It ain't going to happen in Detroit. Now, if Mike Ilitch was still alive, Kelvin, maybe?
Yeah.
Because Mike Ilitch used to spend money on the Tigers.
Yep.
Chris Ilitch's son, no way, no how. Don't let Skubal walk for nothing. I'm sorry.
Big fair. Easy fair. Ball. It hurts because, you have arguably the best pitcher in baseball on your roster, but the fact of the matter is they're not in a position to win. They're struggling right now. They're struggling this season. They had a miraculous run the second half of the season last year, and so you didn't capitalize there. Get you a bunch of assets. Get you some great guys to build around and get some, with some of this young talent you have and start to build up and move on. So might as well get it. And not to mention, they had Max Scherzer, and they had Verlander before, and they let those guys go. And so it happens in baseball. Pitchers, one singular pitcher doesn't necessarily make you good. He can be the thing that gets a good team over the hump, but not a team that's bad. So it's time to move on.
Yeah, can I say one last thing? Guys, look at the Juan Soto trade. Look at what the Nationals actually ended up with. C.J. Abrams and James Wood. Now, there's other guys that could be great, but look at what the heck they got for Juan Soto. The Tigers could get another Tariq Skubal if they get rid of Tariq Skubal.
No, you're right.
And that's foul or fair.
Thank you, fellas.
No doubt. Appreciate it. JR will do it again next week, as always.
Pleasure's always mine.
Yes, sir.
All right. No doubt. Appreciate it, man. All right, make sure you give him a follow as always, too. You can make sure you follow on what he's got going, MLBbro.com, because you need to know. That was your opportunity. I threw you the alley-oop to say that, Rob, right there.
There you go. I know. I was sleeping.
You were sleeping on it. It's all good. All right, where are we next, Rob G? My computer.
Shop Talk.
Shop Talk. We'll see what Rob G is cooked up. And by the way, 9-5 in Game 6, 11-5. Game 6.
That is a foul ball.
Spurs are up. 10 minutes left in the first. We'll keep you updated on this one as well. It's the At
first, I thought you were telling me about Dolly Parton's movie.
Working 9 to 5. Fox Sports Radio.
See, Kelvin knew that.
I did know
Alex,
that one.
9 to 5.
Yeah, we're counting down to Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Spurs, Thunder, all tied up at 1. This is, a big rubber match for these two teams. And the big storylines coming out of this game are threefold. Number one, it's the Wemby coming out party, right? Everyone's excited about Wemby. We've been on the train for months, but now they're coming aboard late. That's one. Number two, the injuries. We'll see what happens. We're still to be determined on J-Dub, on Dylan Harper, on De'Aaron Fox. And the third thing is, man, we hate the Oklahoma City Thunder. To a man, everybody outside of OKC just hates the team, and they hate SGA specifically. So much so that Dylan Brooks, in partnership with Underdog Fantasy, which is one of the gambling houses here in this great country of ours, put out a fake video game kind of thing of the whole game operation. You recall, use tweezers, try to get the knee out of the throat and all these things, whatever, and without buzzing it and getting yourself out. Well, they did a thing like that built around a character of SGA called the Unethical Hooper. They even have a commercial for it.
Now you're guarding him. You so much as breathe on me, I'm getting the call. Go for the steal. Don't get caught. Download Underdog now to get yours. Only 100 made.
I call him Villain Brooks. Villain Brooks had the video game up there, or the board game, if you will. And it's hilarious, and he's been on his, trash everybody. That's why I like him, man. He got a little bit of that. But what you got to say about that, and just the tone and the sentiments everybody has towards SGA?
I got to do this.
What's that?
And I know it's an old-time reference, but it just fits.
Okay, let me hear what you got.
SGA is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA.
Okay.
And for people who don't know, a lot of people know he used to grab his tie. Hey, I don't get any respect. Tick, and you've seen him in a lot of movies, like Rodney Dangerfield.
Back to School.
Right. You've probably seen that movie or whatever. And that's where we are with SGA, because he's getting it from everybody. Peers, former players, fans. If I told you my IG, you remember I did the must turn off TV rant about OKC. Every time I open up my IG, I have 40 comments, and that was 10 days ago, almost 2 weeks ago. On that, it tells you where people are and how much they are bothered by SGA and his game. It's not something that is enjoyable to watch, but it's also something where you don't get respect. I don't know if you can find another guy who won back-to-back MVPs where people are like discounting him, not praising him, not like in awe of him, not wanting to see this guy perform, saying, my God, are we lucky? We're in the SGA era. We're getting to watch this guy play. That's how people used to feel about Michael Jordan, even during the time as it was going on. Not after the fact. About Kobe. Not after the fact, but during. Not LeBron. Not after the fact, but during, when you knew you were watching something special. I've told you a million times. I was sitting there courtside as a reporter for the Daily News in New York covering the NBA back in the 80s. And looking to the reporter next to me, watching Michael Jordan, and going, can you believe we're watching this? We're front row. Amazing. And all people are doing is not about SGA and what he's been able to accomplish and all of his things, is that they don't like it. And that's why he's getting no respect.
Well, what's not helping him is that we live in an algorithmic world, and a world that wants to feed you more of what you want, and echo chambers. So the minute you start looking at stuff, liking it, and you could even slightly agree or maybe just laugh because it was funny and being different, well, that algorithm is going to say, oh, this is what you want. And it's going to keep feeding you. You're going to see clips, and you're going to see different angles of flops and different angles of him exaggerating his body. And then it's going to feed that monster of what you're thinking. And that's the thing that's not working in his favor. Because we always, you hated Reggie Miller, not you, but people hated Reggie Miller because he would kick out his legs or because he would this or he would pull on people's jerseys. But we didn't have the every angle and every camera view to show you it and highlight it or exaggerate it even more. So I think that's one of the downfalls of him. And he does add extra sauce to it. And the problem is, because I mentioned this yesterday, his game is actually pretty smooth. His game is actually pretty nice. It's just those times that he flops, that's what ends up becoming the highlighted point of view. And now that I did the math on it. Fox Sports Radio was it Fairly Odd Parents? Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a TV theme song Thursday. Big shout out to J.R. Gamble, who of course joined us a little bit ago. We appreciate that. Rob G will have all that good stuff up on the podcast. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Perfect timing. Let's get to a shop talk.
Ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whatever you want to in the barbershop.
Now, it's Shop Talk.
That's right. It's Shop Talk here on the Odd Couple, the segment where we talk about something happening outside of the world of sports. And as you guys know, we had a caller mention it. Today is National Hamburger Day. I know we're all celebrating, except for Rob Parker, because he's on that weird diet. But it got me thinking, guys.
I could eat a hamburger with no bun, Rob G. Just no bun.
That's not a hamburger.
That's meat and lettuce. Oh, God.
That's
but in any
ground
event,
beef.
Here's the question.
It's funny. My ground beef had a tail on it, though.
Oh, wow.
If you were in charge of the National Day whatever, what is one thing, it might already happen now, but what is one thing that you think deserves its own national holiday?
Ooh, I like that.
That's Alex. Good job, Alex.
Good job, Alex. National Nap Day, where we all are required by law to take a nap. Bree, you even smiled on that. You like that? National Nap Day. Dang
I miss naps.
Everybody, Alex, I'm so mad that when I was 6, 7, 8, 9, and the daycare center lady would you have to take a nap, and I would get so mad.
I don't wanna.
Man, let me tell you, once you hit about college, naps become a real thing. So for me, National Nap Day, we're all required to take at least an hour nap. You get to do it at the job or do it at home, whatever. But National Nap Day for your boy.
I love that.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Alex. Anybody else? Rob G, Alex, Bree?
You know what, though, real quick?
Rob?
What I thought about when you said that is like, you ever heard that quote when they're like, I wish I knew the good times were the good times while I was in the good times?
I will say, I will pat myself in the back. I usually know in real time, like this is I should enjoy this. This is a real thing. This is a good thing, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a season. I usually can tell in real time, like, no, I need to really enjoy this.
I just dislike how we were all rushing to grow up. And then like, why did we do that?
Terrible. Yeah, that's real too.
You know what mine would be? National Me Day. Where it's a day where you should not feel bad to choose yourself. Meaning if you were waiting to go to the gym again, today's your day. You were waiting to finally take yourself out to dinner. Why are you laughing over there?
I'm so sorry.
Because it's her day.
Me Day.
She felt like laughing on her day.
I just think like a lot of the time we do too much for other people. And so like, and we have to go to work, whatever. You know what? On Me Day, call out. Use a sick day.
All right, Bree.
Don't you dare, Bree.
What? No. I guess I was gonna say National Sleep Day, but then Kelvin said the Nap Day. I guess I would go. I think it already exists, but I'm sure like National Don't Look at Your Phone Day. Like everybody just takes off their phone.
That's a good one.
And you just like don't look at your phone. Don't do anything with your phone.
Oh,
just
so you're unemployed. Okay. I got you.
What?
How are you going to operate in 2026 without a cell phone
Rob
nowadays?
G, we lived through the 80s and 90s, bro. We were fine. Tell him, Rob Parker.
You doing it today?
We can do it.
No, you can't.
Have a pager.
How are we going to prep for the show?
She didn't say
if
you
we
couldn't
can't
have
talk
an
to each other?
email. She didn't say
Saturday.
We can't email.
She said no phone.
Email. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fine. But just
I'm with you, Bree.
disconnect.
Rob
Disconnect.
Parker.
National Perry Mason Day.
Oh, God.
You're the oldest young mother lover I know. Are you kidding me?
No. It's the day that we realized what a great actor he was, and we pay homage. We watch endless episodes of Perry Mason from back in the 50s.
But, Rob, that's every day for you.
Well, but the masses. I want it to be for the masses, not just me.
All right.
Well, this one's also for the masses.
G,
I think we
come
already
on.
have it, but National Ranch Dressing Day.
Oh.
Today I was telling Alex I had a bean and cheese burrito with a bucket of Wingstop Ranch, and I'm so mad that I forgot it at home. It's right there on the table next to the door.
I hate ranch. It's like one of the only two things I hate, that and sour cream.
I can't quite put my finger on why you don't like those things.
And milk. Milk. What you trying to say? Did you call me Kelvin X?
That's got to be racist.
Right. Yo, that's crazy. You call me by any means.
Anything
by
white,
any
Kelvin's
means
not
necessary.
down for. Just, apparently.
I don't eat bread.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys.
They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
The Spurs are off to a good start in Game 6.
Spurs with the ball, leading at 6-2. Wembanyama, 3 more. Victor Wembanyama, 2 of 2 from downtown, and a quick timeout for Mark Dagnall and the Thunder, as the Spurs have started 3 of 3 from behind the line in game number 6.
Spurs Radio Network on the call. They're leading the Thunder 28-20. A minute and a half left to go in the first quarter. Jalen Williams is available to play. He had been upgraded from questionable to available. OKC looking to be the first team to reach back-to-back NBA Finals since the Warriors in 2019. News off the court as the Board of Governors has passed new anti-tanking rules that expanded the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams, a regulation zone where the bottom 3 teams get penalized with lessened chances for the number 1 pick and flatten odds. Teams cannot have the number 1 pick in consecutive years and no top 5 picks in 3 consecutive years. I'm Brianna Miro.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3.
Number
on
3.
On Thursday. Amazing how fast this show has
Time is
flown
flying.
by. That means we're having a good time. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, here on Fox Sports Radio.
It's been great.
That's right. We are the Odd Couple, and a lot still to get to as we roll on through this program. And make sure you check us out on YouTube. You might be watching us right now on YouTube. Do it! If you're not, just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube and click and hit that subscribe button. It's that simple. That's right. Check us out. Just search Odd Couple FSR and hit that subscribe button, and you're there. All right. Don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, former Major League All-Star Ricky Weeks joins us, and he's going to tell us about the big event at the All-Star game coming up, involved with the HBCU. So that's going to be exciting for Major League Baseball to announce. He's going to be one of the managers of the 2 teams playing.
Yeah.
Kelvin, it's that Saturday before the All-Star game in Philadelphia. Or no, I think it's Friday. I'm sorry, that's Friday. But he'll give us all the details coming up, plus last call. So we have a lot of stuff to get to in this final hour.
33-24. Spurs up with like 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Yeah, 33-22, I should say. Wembanyama, 11 points for Wemby. 3 of 4 from 3, which is interesting.
Everyone knows it's Wemby.
Everyone
we know
knows
that. He was going to show up.
Everyone knows it's Wemby.
Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah, 33-22.
That means 11 in the first quarter. How many is that, Kelvin? He's going to have 50 tonight?
I'm going 38. Okay. Where are you at?
I'm going to say he has 40. He has a
40
big game.
piece?
This is one of those. He came up so small, as you said, right, in the last game.
Yep.
That I think in Game 5 that he knows how important this is. And once you get to a Game 7, anything is possible.
Without a doubt.
That's a tough spot to be in.
They scored
even
again,
for
the
defending
Spurs,
champs.
in the first quarter, 35-22. They hit, I believe, 8 3-pointers in the first quarter, which is crazy. So they're feeling good. They're up big right now. First quarter, we'll have to wait and see. I still think the Thunder come back in this and make it a game, just the way this.
You think they're going to win this game, the Thunder?
I think the Thunder win this game. I think they.
Let's make a wager on this.
No. I have to be way more invested in that. No,
They're up 13 at the first quarter. Let's make a bet.
Wager. No.
No, but I'm giving you
before the game.
double wings.
Before the game.
Double wings.
All right, give
20
me
wings to 10.
Give me some points.
You're already up 13, Rob.
You're already up 13. Come on, give me some points.
All right, I'll give you 3.5 points.
Not any more than that. You're up 13, Rob. 13 with Wembanyama.
No. But you're saying they're going to win the game.
They are.
Rob G, if they're going to come back and win the game, you don't need points, right?
I'm sorry. There's a city built on points. It's called Vegas. Have you heard of it? Have you
No,
heard
but you're saying they're going to win the game. Are you saying they're going to win
Lamar
it?
Mitchell on line one right now. You Shekel City
I will
doing?
say credit to Dub because he was talking during the commercial breaks. He has said from the beginning, I think OKC's going to win this game.
Yeah.
Before it even started.
Yeah,
So,
I've been saying I just feel like the Spurs, and I told Rob G, it's going to be a very close game. They're going to come back. It's going to be back and forth, plus or minus 7 points. But I think the Thunder pull it off. I think they're going to close this thing out. And
Kelvin
not to
is
your
worried.
point.
Rob G. Kelvin is worried.
Wait, worried about what?
I get it. Worried because you don't think you know how important this is. You don't want it to go to Game 7, and I think that they want if you're OKC, you want to close this thing out.
Yeah, you
and
should.
I think I think
Why would I want to go up
home.
against a freak of nature in a Game 7? Not to mention, even putting him aside, just a very good team. I mean, the Spurs, and they're not the type of team that's going to be shook just because they're on a roll. Like, oh, they're going to be like, dude, we want this thing. So you absolutely want to put them out. I think they're going to halftime, Spurs up like 7-ish, feeling good. But Thunder like, all right, we withstood a barrage of threes in the first quarter. And then from there, I think they come back and pull this thing out. I just said that to Rob G earlier.
Quick question for you guys before we get to the next topic.
Yep.
Victor Wembanyama, 11 points in the first quarter. You mentioned 3 or 4 from deep. You guys have both covered the NBA or been around basketball for decades now. When he's that hot to shoot 3 in the beginning, is that almost a positive or a negative thing moving forward? Because he is 11 feet tall, and if he's at 3-point line.
I get the question. I'll tell you the positive of it. The positive is that he's aggressive, and he's not just kind of floating around.
6 shots for him a lot is in the first quarter.
Because he has like 14 a couple of games. Like, you need more from him. He needs to be putting up 22 shots. Like, dude, you're that guy. The negative is I think they become so 3 reliant because they start him and 4 small guys. And so there's no real paint presence if he's
14 3-pointers, 9 2-point attempts.
So, yeah, that's extreme, right? Because then you look at that, end up like 60, 80 for the game if they kind of keep going on this trajectory.
You know they're not going to shoot that many threes, so that's unrealistic. And my other point to you.
Do you watch the NBA nowadays?
They're going to shoot 63s?
15 a quarter is not crazy, Rob.
They're on pace for 56.
I'm asking you.
No, but they might shoot 55. The point of it is, are you shooting bad shots? Me and you sit here every day. What do we look at each other and say? That's just a bad shot. That's just, you don't need that right now.
But the idea that, this is a bad start because they're making threes. No, it's not. I mean, you're kidding yourself. If you have the shot, Rob G, how many shots did Wemby have the last game? He has to shoot more, if anything.
No, I agree with that.
He didn't have enough.
The question is, does he
I'm
make
okay
his
with
presence
it.
felt?
He's got to be aggressive, and he's making shots. What do you want from him? If he came out tonight and had 3 shots, I'm like, they're not winning.
No, that's what I said. The positive is the aggression. I would want some type of paint presence, just because you know this. There's going to be a period in this game where the threes aren't falling, so I would want some paint presence if I'm the Spurs. But
well, Rob, to your point, in the 2 games they won, Wemby averaged 24 shots. In the 3 games they've lost, he's averaged 15.
He absolutely see that
That's
shot
what I'm
right
saying.
there. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, Rob. He just got the ball from the 3-point line, did a couple of moves, got in the paint, left hand layup off the glass. I want to if he's giving you a mixture of that and a 3, that's where you go. Well, there's nothing you can do about this guy because he's not just sitting out there shooting threes, or he's not just a paint guy like a Shaq where you're like, at least he's not killing us from the 3-point line. When he's doing that in his bag, he's insane. So we'll keep you updated on this game throughout 37-24, 11 minutes in a second. What we got, Rob G?
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this game, of course, but OTAs have opened up in the NFL, and we're a big football show. Rob Parker made a lot of money last year in the football season. And
did I kill the NFL? My God.
That's why he's not allowed to go to any game nowadays. Roger Goodell's like, nah. He
can't come.
He can't come. But one of the big talking points, or one of the big storylines this offseason, has been the Minnesota Vikings quarterback situation. They won, 14 games a couple years ago with Sam Darnold. They let him go, and decided they want to give the keys over to J.J. McCarthy, and they fell flat on their face. So this offseason, they brought in Kyler Murray to what they say have a quarterback battle. Well, both guys met with the media yesterday to discuss what it's like, the QB room, the battle, what's going on between the two of them. We're going to play them back-to-back. Take a listen to both Kyler and JJ and tell me that one guy may or may not already be the leader in the clubhouse.
It's been great. It's been great. Obviously, I know he's a younger guy, so any way I can help him. Obviously, I feel like I've played 7 years now, going on 8. So I'm considered a veteran, even though I don't see myself as that. Give him any knowledge that he needs. Again, we're both competitors, and I know we both want what's best for the team.
Has he been receptive to hearing criticism?
Of course. Yeah, he's overly acceptive, and he's always communicating, asking questions, stuff like that. So it's been good.
It's just like two guys in a classroom. He sits on one side, I sit on the other side, and it's the coach's responsibility to teach us and coach us. So,
is there any awkwardness between you two?
Awkwardness, it's just like the same feeling, when you're in high school and there's another person on the other side of the room. That's just kind of how it is. So I wouldn't say there's any awkwardness.
I don't like it, Rob. I don't like it. And multiple reasons why. Number one, I feel as though he is hurt by this franchise, right? He's disappointed. You guys went all the way up to get me at 10th. I never liked it from the jump. But you go up there to move up to get me 10th. And yeah, my season wasn't the best, but this is how you feel. This is how you treat me. You go out there and get another quarterback. So I think he's hurt, a little bitter, maybe a little entitled. And so that is coming out. Here's what I don't like. You have to know the game. Kyler Murray, it ain't like he's Patrick Mahomes, meaning I think he's going to be the leader to get the position, but you can outcompete him. You can do this. You and I talk about it. It happens, right? Matt Flynn's supposed to be starter. Russell Wilson takes a job. It happens. And you're not using this as a chance to be competitive and show I'm still a leader. I'm still have high morale. I'm still, I can still be the leader of a team and be the guy to be the quarterback, the man of the face of the franchise. What you're showing me is I'm entitled. If I got to work for it, I don't like it. Who's this new guy? Man, y'all supposed to believe in me. I don't like this uncomfortableness, and I'm not happy about it. And that's not the right way to go about it. You shouldn't have a guy that's new to the team sounding more like he's the leader of the team. This just sounds like it's your team. I had a bad season. I'm bouncing back. I'm happy he's here. Man, I'm learning so much from him. He's a veteran. He knows the game. He's been through the ups and downs, the bumps and the bruises. And, man, I'm learning so much. And, yeah, we're going to compete for this position. But I tell you what, man, we're putting this team first, and we're looking forward to it. Wow, was that hard? But like I said, it's just two guys in a classroom, and it's up to the teachers to do it, which means it ain't his job to teach me. It ain't his job to be the leader, and be a role model in this situation. It's the coach's job. I don't like it. It seems petty. It seems entitled. And you're not good enough to be doing this right now, Rob. You haven't had a track record of success with this team, right? He ain't been there 5-6 years and had 4 good years, maybe 1 bad one. You didn't look great. You looked when the stage was there, and the defense saved them in a lot of those games that they got the win. So I think it's a learning experience for him. I think they'll talk to him. Man, if you want to be a quarterback, you got to know how to speak to the media, how to represent this franchise. And I just thought that was not a great example. And the new guy sounded better than you, and that's not supposed to be. This is your 3rd year on the team.
I totally disagree, and I think he has all the reason in the world to be salty. Kyler Murray was dumped because he wasn't good. I wouldn't feel good. Kyler Murray, if he was so good, he would still be in Arizona. He failed. You know what he is. You don't know what J.J. McCarthy is. He's been hurt 2 of the 3 years. 2 years, part of both of the years he's played. 1 year he missed a whole year. Last year he was hurt. He delivered the biggest blow against the Lions last year and cost them the playoffs. He beat them in Detroit. That wasn't defensive. The defense didn't win that game. Go watch the throws he made and the plays he made. That was his best game of the year on the road in Detroit. No, but my point is, I'm not making – why are they parting the sea for Kyler Murray, who's failed for 7 years? What, really? That's the guy?
But
a retread or where's the coach who's a quarterback whisperer who's supposed to be, no matter who you bring in, he's going to fix up. So now he can't do it anymore? They're not going to give me time and let me play and let me get myself under my feet? I understand what he's saying. I totally get it. Because I would feel salty too. You moved up. I was hurt my first year. I came back in the second year. I need time. He hadn't played 40 games. Rob G, look it up. How many games has he started in his NFL career? 9?
I think it's like 11, maybe.
10? Nothing. He hasn't even had a full season under his belt. And you're going to bring in some also ran, some has been, never was, who Phoenix couldn't wait to get rid of? Come on, man. I'm supposed to sit there and go, oh, yeah, okay. 10 games in his NFL career. It ain't enough to judge and say he can't play. It's unfair to look at 10 games and determine he can't play in the NFL.
But Rob,
that's all I'm saying.
They didn't.
So I would have my
that
panties in a bunch too.
But Rob, you know good and well. You've been covering football. You watch football. I've been watching football my whole life. The quarterback position is a different position, right? This ain't a cornerback, a DB, or a running back. Oh, man, you know it is. It's competition, whatever. Quarterbacks are supposed to be polished. They're supposed to have the answer, and they're supposed to understand everybody's looking at you, watching you, especially at JJ. When you didn't have a great season. They bring in a new guy. This is your chance to show them. And when they bring in a new guy and all the pressure's on and they ask you a simple question, and that's how you respond. I mean, it's two guys, and it's and then you double down on it. My point is, that to me as an organization, if I'm the coach, if I'm the GM, if I'm the president, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, well, dang, he's not getting it. Part of it is also embracing challenges. Bruh, you didn't look that good. And the coach is supposed to be a quarterback whisperer. And if I can't whisper to you, clearly it might be a you thing. And so therefore you got to come back up, pull your bootstraps up, and let's ball. And if one time we ask you about you, man, woe is me. I just don't think that's a good look, considering eyeballs are on you. How are you going to show up? How are you going to compete? How are you going to look when the chips may be down a little bit? And I think that was not a great response at all.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Are you bothered by J.J. McCarthy's approach to the Vikings quarterback battle? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is the Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, and we value your opinion. Please call in 877-99 on Fox. We'll continue this conversation next. Stick and stay.
Especially if you believe that this is the show of the people in the US of A.
It is. And let me tell you, the people might want to learn a little bit about Maryland, right? Let's tell them about University of Maryland. If you're thinking about what's next for you professionally, whether you're looking to move up, switch fields, or finally finish that degree, University of Maryland Global Campus has your back. So explore more than 135 degrees and certificates to arm you with the skills for today's job market. Affordable, online, and built for working adults, UMGC offers programs that help you build lasting skills in leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. So apply by June 1st and save with no application fee. Go to umgc.edu.
Speaking of the high and mighty, our savior, the king here in Los Angeles, LeBron James, he was on the Mind the Game podcast with himself and Steve Nash. And they were discussing, whether or not he's going to come back next season. He's going to retire. He's going to come to LA. Maybe he'll go somewhere else. And LeBron James laid out his timeline for the offseason. Take a listen.
I'm still in the moment of just taking my time and saying I haven't even really thought about it too much. Obviously, I understand that I'm a free agent and I can control my own destiny. If being here with this franchise, for the foreseeable future, or if it's going somewhere else. But I think at some point, up in June, late June, as July roll around, free agency starts to gets going, and as July rolling, maybe into August, we start to kind of get a feel of, what my future may look like. If it's continuing to play the game that I love, which I know I can still give so much to the game and play at a high level, or if it's not.
He has the right to do that. We talked about this with Aaron Rodgers. My thing used to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers, not Aaron. Aaron, if he's telling you, hey, I don't know, I'm trying to figure this out, I'm trying to, figure out my life, that's his right. That's his prerogative. What were you going to do, Pittsburgh? Same thing with the Lakers for me, Rob. He's earned that if he wants to do that, if he wants to wait. I don't think the Lakers should wait. I don't think any team should wait right now in the sense that you're trying to build your roster to compete with either the Cavs or the Knicks potentially, but more importantly, probably the Thunder and the Spurs. And you're trying to build your team up to compete and be ready to rock and roll next year and moving forward. So sitting there and wait, he said between late June and August. That's like a month and a half. I can't be held hostage a month and a half. Is he coming? Is he not? Wait. He said another needed 2 weeks because you're going to miss guys. You're going to miss trade opportunities. You're going to miss, free agents. You're going to miss different things. And I just think it's not wise to do so when you're trying to build a roster that can compete with the best teams in the league. So if I'm the Lakers, I would say, hey, again, love to have you back. Here's a price. Here's a timeline. Not saying you have to do this exact date, but if you can work around here, for them, if it's, first, mid-June, late June, we would love great. We'll have our draft coming up. We got some free agents. This is the price and this is the timeline for us that works. We'd love to have you back. I think that's fair. I think you're keeping it real, and I think you're presenting him an opportunity to be down with what you're trying to do. But I cannot be held hostage if I'm trying to build a roster that can compete with the best teams as we're watching right now in the NBA.
Yeah, I'm with you. If I'm a team – LeBron, like his timetable doesn't match up with
late June, August, but the season
it doesn't match up. Like what are you talking about? Like teams got to figure out what they're doing, who they should want to go after with free agents, how much money they have to spend, how much is it going to cost to get you, you know what I mean, and make you feel comfortable.
I got to match money.
Like there's all of that I think is important. I just don't understand like his timetable and what he's trying to get at and have people wait. I think it works against him as far as his salary or wanting to go somewhere when they say this is all we have.
That's a good point, Rob, because if he wanted, say, 40.
Right, this is all we have.
But all we have is, 18 left because you
waited too late and then we're going to wait around and not make any moves and then you don't come our way. Now what? In free agency, that's the one thing about the NBA. Like, everybody signs immediately because people eat up their money. It ain't like baseball. Guys don't sign until the new year.
Whatever you want,
you know what I mean? Like, you're waiting because there is no cap. You could get a deal whenever. In basketball, everybody signs in the first 3 hours because the money's gobbled up. Right. It's
what they offer me 5 years, $250, sign. Let's go.
I'm taking it, right. Like if you wait around, the money's gone. And that's why I don't understand his timetable. It does sound weird.
It's a little lengthy to go from late June to August because, again, if the point – and he talked – what else he said in this episode, Rob G, was he talked about the fact he said we were just out-talented. He said we competed. We didn't get out-competed. We weren't out-toughed, if you will. It wasn't a matter of that. It was just we were out-talented. Again, in the Thunder, we know how talented they are. I don't disagree with that.
I would have been I don't know. How about short-handed? Is that a better word than out-talented? You're missing a top player.
Yeah, I get
do you know what I'm saying? Like you're missing Luka. He's one of the best players. I think what he was trying to imply
was because he said, I'm paraphrasing, but his point was I'm trying to say anything about our team, but
yes,
we didn't match the talent, and they don't have the talent of the Thunder. But my point is, if I'm trying to,
Luka's a big miss.
That's a 35, almost 35 point miss.
That's what I'm saying. When you say that, it ain't like Luka played and you said we didn't have enough talent, dude. We were shorthanded. Like I'm not making an excuse.
Talk to him, Rob.
and down, and unpacking.
Up and down the dial.
Up and down the dial.
Maybe you and me were never meant
to be. WKRP in Cincinnati.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh, all right, DJ Ali, Alex, Odd Couple, Robin, Kelvin on the TV theme song Thursday. Hopefully you're having a good one, enjoying yourself as well. We got still a little bit left in the show. We got Ricky Weeks coming up here in about 5 minutes or so. And MLB All-Star, plus got a cool thing happening All-Star Weekend. We'll give you that details in a minute. By the way, stream us wherever you happen to be. You can catch us and all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the apps, and you can stream us all day, every day, live all day. So check us out. Just search the iHeart app and make us one of your presets so we're your favorites. We jump right out. 877-99 on Fox Rob. Let's take a couple of calls. JJ McCarthy, I just didn't agree with how he handled it. You said, hey, I understand why he'd be salty about it, handling the situation, him and Kyler Murray in that quarterback room. Let's take a call. Who we got?
All right. Andre in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, from what I'm reading of J.J. McCarthy's comments, it seems even-handed and made a best man win, and that's the approach that I like. Two guys in the classroom, both want to be valedictorian. Obviously, one of them is going to end up as salutatorian. We can only have one. I know it's a fierce competition, but he say, hey, made a best man win in this situation. So I like that approach rather than immediately going out and kind of throwing shade. It's clear that Minnesota brought Kyler Murray in to put a fire under his behind and to possibly take his position, right? It's almost like, even though I'm not putting J.J. McCarthy in this category, but it's a Joe Montana, Steve Young type of situation. When Bill Walsh brings in Steve Young, everybody knows eventually the torch is going to be passed. But by him putting this out there in that framework, hey, two guys in a classroom, both taking the AP courses, and we want to get to the top of the mountain, I like that approach. We'll see if it stays that way. If Kyler Murray shows well and gets the reps in camp and possibly usurps him. But at the outset, I like the optimism versus the pessimism. Thanks for taking the call.
No doubt. Appreciate it.
I like that AP, taking those AP, right? Those AP classes.
Well, Dre either is or was a teacher. I don't remember if he is currently.
No, I think he is. Yeah,
he is a teacher. Yeah, he is. Yep. So, he's a very scholarly individual teaching the kids of America out here in these streets.
Yeah, he doesn't mind when they use the word relegation, Rob.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Rob was trying to regulate on the relegations.
It's just that everything is like a copy of soccer. I don't get it. Like the NBA has its own tradition, and for Adam Silver to embrace everything that's soccer, let's have the what do they call the cup? The look just like it too with the colors and the change. Right. Yeah. Like even the ball on the trophy is a soccer ball, not a basketball. I mean, that's how much it's the same.
I think, if you're asking me to come up with a reason why, I think the only thing I can come up with is just, again, the globalization where we talk about this in the NFL as well. Like, they've maxed out.
No, but you have your own tradition.
True.
You don't have to do
I'm with you.
That you don't have to do that. You offer something that they can't offer in Europe. You have the best players in the world. What do you have to do? Really? Copy a soccer league? Come on, man. I'm not buying that. You have something very unique to offer. Kelvin is all worked up because he's afraid now that OKC ain't winning that game. Look at him, Rob G, watching that screen like it's no tomorrow.
What are you talking about? I'm just
There's
doing
a screen right in front of you, but he got his head turned.
But I can't do that because our wonderful lighting that Elijah has, I can't see nothing with that big old thing there. 55-43, since you brought it up, 2:32 left in the first half. Spurs are up with 12 in a good game for them right now. All right, let's get to If It Is Bree, It Is For We, and get an update. Hey, Bree. It's the sweet.
What's up, guys? Yes, so the Spurs have a 55-43 lead over the Thunder. 2.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Victor Wembanyama has 17 points for the San Antonio Spurs. Off the court, as you guys were talking about earlier, the Board of Governors has passed new anti-tanking rules that expanded the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams. Regulation zone where the bottom 3 teams get penalized with less than chances for the number 1 pick and flatten odds. Teams cannot have the number 1 pick in consecutive years and can't have top 5 picks in 3 consecutive years. Other news, Knicks center Mitchell Robinson has suffered a right broken pinky finger, and there is no timetable for his return. Sad news out of the world of hockey, as 4-time Stanley Cup champion Claude Lemieux has passed away at the age of 60. In Major League Baseball, MLB officials proposed a hard salary cap to union officials as part of ongoing CBA negotiations. The proposal would set a $171 million payroll floor and a $245 million ceiling beginning in 2027. A little bit earlier today, the White Sox defeated the Twins 6-2. Munetaka Murakami passes Shohei Ohtani for fewest MLB games needed by a Japanese-born player to hit 20 home runs. Ronald Acuna Jr. hit a grand slam in the top of the 6th to help the Braves crush the Red Sox 10-2. Right now, the Cubs are outscoring the Pirates 6-2, top of the 9th. Astros beating up the Rangers 5-1, bottom of the 5th inning in Texas. Back to you guys. Have a good night.
All right, Bree, thank you so much. I saw your girl in there, Monty. She's coming up?
Yes, with Jason Smith.
All right. Rob Parker said he ain't going to miss the show. He'll be right there listening. That's what you said, Rob? Don't be silent.
I never missed that show.
We know you never missed that show.
But he'll know that Monty's hosting, so that's good. He'll be able to differentiate. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexist.
Wait, what you trying to say? You never been able to differentiate between Jason and Mike, Rob? Is that what's been going on?
I did not say that. Do not put words in my mouth.
Racist.
All right. Well, we'll get to Ricky Weeks here in just a little bit. Just again, give you an update. Obviously, Bree did 58-48 in this game. 10-point lead for the Spurs. I think it's about a minute and a half left in this game. 6. Good start for the Spurs. They're hitting some threes. I don't know exactly how many Wemby had. He had, the last I saw, he had 13. I had to check to see where
he's got 20 points, 8 of 13 shooting, 4 of 7 from deep in this game.
Man, he on fire.
There you go. That's what we're talking
crazy?
about. They weren't going to win unless he started shooting.
Agree with that. What's going to be crazy is, y'all ready for Wemby being in a dunk contest and a three-point contest at the same time in an All-Star game?
Oh, his dunks will be terrible.
I don't.
He's too tall.
Yeah, but have you seen some of his, like,
no, he in
game
game, yeah, he's great, but when you're 8 feet tall, it doesn't look as cool.
Here's where I will get your sentiment, but I'll say it will be bigger than the result. It's the fact that you'll have a superstar in this league participating. You know what I mean, Rob? Like, even if he loses, it's the fact that, like, I can see him absolutely doing it. And just to say, hey, man, I tried. I gave it a shot. If I lose, I lose. But, like, I'm not scared of it. I ain't ducking away. I don't have to worry about, well, it's not good for the brand if I were to lose. And, like, I think we're going to have an all-star game where he shoots in the three-point contest because he's shooting them high percentage, and I see him doing the dunk contest. I see him doing that. He's just that type of guy that he's not afraid to give it a shot, give it a try. All right, join now. Ricky Weeks, former MLB All-Star. And, Rob, you mentioned it earlier in the show, got something really cool that's going on as well when it comes to the MLB All-Star Weekend. Just to give you a little tidbit about that. You got, of course, himself, a legend, 2007 National League MVP Jimmy Rollins is joining as well, 14-year MLB Major League Baseball veteran. You got HBCU alum Ricky Weeks are going to be serving as managers for the 2026 HBCU Swingman Classic presented by USA Baseball. Swingman Classic, which is in its 4th year, scheduled for Friday, July 10th, 7 o'clock Eastern at Citizens Bank Park in Philly. And MLB Network will exclusively broadcast the game. Ricky, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, Ricky? Thanks for joining us.
Rob, how you guys doing, man? I appreciate you guys having me.
No doubt, man. We're doing good. Rob and I, Rob always like to say we talk baseball. What'd you say, Rob? More than anybody else or something? What you always say?
More than any other national sports talk radio show on the planet. There's no doubt about it. You, Ricky, you know I love baseball, and Kelvin does a lot of baseball with the Dodgers.
And Ricky, say that to say, so this man been covering it. He loves it. We know it's his favorite sport. Can you please talk some sense in this man? Tell how good Shohei Ohtani is and what he's doing is crazy. Please talk to this man. Talk to your friend, Rob.
No,
I'm starting nightmares from last year in the playoffs right now. So I care not to talk about it. I got PTSD right now. So he's a great player. He's a great player anyway.
Yeah, he is.
He is a.
Go ahead, Rob.
He's a great player. No one said he's not a great player. He's a unicorn. We've never seen this, not since back in the day and Babe Ruth and whatnot. All I said today, Ricky, on MLB Network, that everybody's all worked up, is that, he's pitching great, 0.082 ERA. But if you look at the competition, the teams that he's faced, 7 of his 9 starts have been against sub par teams. That's all I said. And there's got to be a context.
Ricky, you
now,
can't see
once
his face right
pitches,
now.
No.
he don't even believe himself, Ricky.
Hey, Ricky, that's all.
Now, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I want you to just tell me. Am I crazy that I can't put context to stuff?
I think you're a little bit, maybe. I don't know for a fact, but I'll say this. I think in baseball sometimes we kind of skip over the confidence part. So no matter who you're playing, who you're doing against, as long as you put on numbers, it's a really good chance that you're very confident, and it leads on to the next opponent. And of course, they're going to see some more opponents come over here pretty soon, and therefore for the rest of the season. But I like to put my money on Shohei Ohtani for anybody who goes out to go face right now.
Okay, and here's my only thing, one last thing, and then we'll get to the All-Star Weekend in Philadelphia, which I can't wait for, is the Dodgers have won 2 World Series. One, Ricky, where he didn't pitch, right? The first one, he didn't pitch in that at all. And then last year when they won, he didn't win a game. They've won 2 World Series without him winning a game and him having a chubby 7 ERA. That's all I'm saying.
Again, like I said, I was there front row and center last year in L.A., and I don't know what you came from with those numbers, but they sound good. But he did his job against us, I'll tell you that much. So.
All right, Rick. Let's switch gears here a little bit. I want to talk. Rob and I talked about some I don't know. You tell me. Good news, bad news that the MLB has tossed around the idea of having a salary cap and a salary floor. They kind of put the numbers as I think it was like mid 150s and around 275 being the cap. Where are you in favor of the cap? Do you not like it? Do you think it's good for baseball, bad for baseball?
No, I mean that's way good. That's way above my pay grade right now. So I can. Look, I do want to play baseball. So for me to sit here and sit on each side of the table, I'll say this. I think the biggest thing to do right now is just wait and see what happens. So I can't say either way right now, I'll be honest with you.
Ricky, what I like, though, is just that they're talking way before waiting till the season ends, and then it's crunch time. You know what I mean? To make sure you don't miss spring training. I just like the idea. The Players Association put something out, and now ownership has put something out. I just like that there's some sort of dialogue and something going on. Because, Ricky, you know this. Baseball is in a good place. The numbers are good. The attendance is up. Social media numbers from young people. There are a lot of young stars. You got a big star in L.A. in Ohtani, a big star in New York with Judge. Baseball's in a good place. Am I right? You do not want to stop the game.
I mean, I don't care what sport you're in. I mean, you never want to stop the game. But then again, that's why we have these agreements. That's why we have these talks and things like that from both sides of the table. And, that's where I kind of keep it at. So, again, like I said, I think from the baseball aspect of things, we have to leave it up to both sides to kind of and to come to agreement. And hopefully we'll have no stoppage. But obviously there's always a chance for it, too.
All right, let's go to the – go ahead. Go ahead, Kelvin. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you look at where baseball is right now, me and Rob are kind of saying it's in a cool place because you got young stars, more. It seems like more than in past, because it got to the point, I think you might agree, Ricky, where we were hanging on to the old guys, the Pujols and the A-Rods and the Big Poppies and Derek Jeters. It was like we kind of weren't promoting the young stars, and it seems like baseball's in a good space in that. You just had the Dodgers, Yankees a couple of seasons ago in a World Series, and it seems like it's in a good place. Would you agree with where it is, where the game is as we sit here in 2026?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think we've seen a good influx of young guys coming up and, making their way. Minnesota big leagues, a la Churio for us in Milwaukee and some other guys around the league. But you're absolutely right. I think the baseball is in a great spot right now. And, being a fan and being unbiased, I think, is really good for us just to, see where we're at right now and just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And, we could talk about the agreements, the CBA and the coming up and things like that or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just want to watch baseball in the morning, to be honest with you. So, that's where I stand with all that.
All right. You were an All-Star in 2011, of course, and also a member of the Milwaukee Brewers Wall of Honor. And just tell me, this All-Star game in Philadelphia and the HBCU Classic game, and just what that means to you and to be a manager of one of the two teams and how much you're looking forward to this?
Well, one, I'll just say, it really is a privilege to even be thought of in that manner, to even manage a game like this. I know some people might think it's just a one-off. It's on the front end of the All-Star break. But I don't take this I take this fairly serious. I came from HBCU at Southern University, and I enjoyed every bit of my career there. And I enjoyed the people that I met and got a chance to play against and fight against and things like that. So just being a part of the names that's going to be out there and the guys, the players that are coming in with the opportunity to maybe showcase their talents to scouts, to owners, to who are GMs, presidents, and things like that. Is just going to be a fun, and a really fun atmosphere to be out there and just go out there and try to help these guys, maybe put, the best foot forward to maybe find a way on somebody's roster one day.
Absolutely, and I think it's good, too. Me and Rob talk about this all the time. Historically, in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, you had more African-American players out there, and it seems like those numbers are really low. Last I saw, I think it was like 7 or 8%, and where it used to be higher, much higher. And so, trying to expose others to the game is always going to be a great thing as well. So make sure you check it out. The Swingman Classic, which is going to be in its 4th year, scheduled for Friday, July 10th, 7 p.m. at Citizen Bank Park in Philadelphia. MLB Network is going to have that exclusively broadcast that game during All-Star Weekend. So, Ricky, man, appreciate you so much, man. All the best to you.
Thanks, Ricky. Appreciate it.
No problem, guys. I appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
No doubt. All right, so check that out. All right, on the way, it is going to be Last Call. So if you want to get in on that, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Last Call. If you want your chance to get on with the Odd Couple, you can do it now. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
It's Last Call time on the Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance. Your call's important to us. Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
We need it one more time. Everyone knows it's Wimby. All right. We here on the Odd Couple have been on the Wimby bandwagon from day one.
Yeah.
But you weren't. Why weren't you in the beginning, and why have you changed your mind?
Really, the problem is I've been lied to too many times. It's like the little boy in Holland who had to stick his finger in the levee to make sure it didn't flood.
You mean in the dike?
I honestly could not remember the word. In New Orleans, it's a levee. But you had to stick
his... It was the dike.
We don't put that in here.
But you know what I mean?
He put his thumb in the dike.
But he had to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, the city was going to flood. Nobody believed that the city was going to flood, right? Or the boy who cried wolf. Because I heard you can't miss on Zion Williamson.
All right, there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're from New Orleans. That was your guy.
I was telling people, Mark Gunnels has my witness. I know he's done guest spots on the show before. I'm not just throwing a name out of nowhere. I was telling anybody that could listen to me, draft Ja Morant #1. Turned out it would have been a miss either way, but at least you had a couple years in the postseason with Ja. Either way, I've been lied to too many times. I've been told generational for so long.
They use it very flippant.
And every single year, there is a new generational prospect, which fundamentally devalues generational in a way that, words mean things. I know I went to J school in the last of a dying breed. I use a dictionary. So things, I may be old school in that regard. But I'm 36 years old, so just keep that in mind. From 1989 to now, in terms of designated prospects who were top-notch, prospects who were generational, I have 3. I have Shaq, LeBron, and Victor Wembanyama.
Okay.
Like, I'm not talking about what they did once they got into the league, right? But I'm talking about when you see the generational label and then how that translates to domination of the league. Like, say what you will about LeBron's ability to close out championships. The Eastern Conference was on lock for a decade. Nobody in the East.
He didn't win enough, but go ahead. I got you.
But very much like when Michael Jordan was in the East, there was a ton of people he blocked from winning finals.
A lot of Hall of Famers.
Sure.
Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing. Who else am I missing?
The list goes on,
yeah.
right? And so when I see the same thing or a very similar thing with LeBron, not necessarily the domination across the entire league that a Michael Jordan had, but LeBron also had his level of domination. That's what I feel when I see Victor Wembanyama. Part of the reason why we have had 7 unique championships or seven unique champions and 7 unique years is because we have not had a generational guy on any one of those teams. You have to have a guy that at the end of the day, the best coaches in the world are on their whiteboard or digital, whatever the whiteboard is now in 2026, drawing plays up. And they're sitting there looking like Oppenheimer trying to draw up the bomb and say, we have no solution. We have no plan. We don't know what to do. We are going to come up with something like Hack-a-Shack, right? In order to the Jordan rules, right? In order to try to, we have to change everything we've done to try to impact this player because everything new, everything has changed. Nothing is the same when you're looking at this guy. That's what I see when I see in my lifetime, Shaq, when I see LeBron, and when I see Wemby, all for different reasons. Wemby, obviously, the height and just the raw ability. But health, obviously, with the big asterisk, health working, because this is year 3. Health working? I mean, you tell me the plan. I've heard enough, and this is my last thing I'll say. Heard enough about, Giannis's trade value went up because he's the only person that can credibly guard Wemby. No. It did not. Like, there's nobody on the planet that can credibly guard Wemby.
No, unless you hack him. You know what I mean, right?
Wemby botherer, right? But he ain't gonna guard. He'll guard Wemby to the tune of 27, 15, and 5, right? Congratulations.
I'm with you, but I gotta admit, and I'm not crowning Wemby anything. That's just not me. I've been covering this league since 1987. I've heard all the stories. I'm like you. I've heard all the stories and everybody and who everybody's great and this and that and he's the next thing, best thing since sliced bread and all those kind of things. And I just know that there's a long way because Victor Wembanyama had blood clots. Remember that? That derailed him, sidelined him. Big guys like that usually have leg issues more than they have ankles, feet. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys have gone through that. Now, if Wemby can stay healthy for a long stretch of time, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage.
Professional wrestling fans, the action continues every week. TNA Thursday Night Impact every week. Don't miss the adrenaline, the drama, and the total nonstop action as you watch your favorite TNA wrestling stars. For showtimes and more information, visit TNAWrestling.com.
I hit it so good today. It was fun.
Sometimes you want to go
where everybody knows your name.
Rob Sterling Jr. It's the Odd Couple. Odd Couple. I'm going to let this one ride out.
People are all the same.
Everybody know it's the Odd Couple. Rob and Kelvin. That's how we end the TV theme song Thursday. I guess they didn't like the performance. They throwing tomatoes at us.
Ow, man.
By the way, now that I saw the video, it does take a little less of the humor off. Like I didn't realize, like, golly, he really did get hit pretty hard. All right, Odd Couple. Hey, big shout out to Ricky Weeks joined us. Rob G will get that up on the pod. Appreciate him. And if you miss any of today's show, you can catch the podcast. Just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. You'll get a best of version, a full version as well. Rate us 5 stars, like it, share it, comment, all that good stuff. We greatly appreciate it. go search it again, The Odd Couple FSR, wherever you get your podcast. We appreciate it. All right, Rob, let's get to last call.
This is the last call.
Last call.
Last call time on The Odd Couple.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Last call.
Very nice.
WKRP
All right,
in
last
Cincinnati.
call. Ralph in Syracuse.
What up, Odd Couple?
What up, what up?
How are you, Ralph?
Good. I'm here to deliver some truth on a Thursday.
Wow.
What you got?
Yeah, get my guy, the GOAT, Barry Bonds, into the Hall of Fame. Rob, pull some strings. This is nonsense. This guy, best hitter ever. Get him into the Hall.
Rob, pull
Hey,
some
I
strings. Make it
voted
happen.
for him all 10 years. Ralph, I did my part. I voted for him all 10 years on the ballot. Ralph, here's the bad part. Not only did the writers not vote him in for 10 years, he had 2 chances to also be with the players, Kelvin, and
Yep.
they didn't vote him in either. So I don't know. The players had a chance twice. They didn't do it.
We got to make it happen. We got David Ortiz. Everyone knows he juiced. How many of these writers knew about juicing back in the day? They should lose their votes.
That's
if you
the
didn't
part.
vote for Barry Bonds, you should lose your vote.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for the call. That's the part, Rob, I always had issues with, is that baseball itself knew about steroids for years, allowed it, didn't test, didn't care, whatever. And then we know late 90s, let it go to the tune of home run races for the next few years, loved it, got ratings, and then we're like, oh, now let's be all tough and judicious on these guys. I don't like that end of it.
Well, that's why when people ask me about how come I voted for this guy but not that guy, before baseball made that juice as a banned substance, before that I can't penalize anybody, right?
Right.
But Manny Ramirez got busted after they made the new rule.
Yeah. Didn't he
Right?
get busted like
A-Rod,
twice?
after. He got busted like 3
Yeah.
times, I think. You know what I mean? And he was a great hitter. Don't get me wrong. You remember Manny Wood was out in L.A. when he played with the Dodgers. They loved him.
Yep. Facts.
So
yeah, but I'm with you. I just don't like that. I don't like you knew about it. It was just out in the open. Rob, we got pictures of guys sitting at their locker with steroids like behind them because it was just a thing in the 80s or late 80s and 90s. So appreciate the call there, Ralph. By the way, Rob, we have a 7-point game, 60-53. I told you it's going to be 7 at halftime, and this is when they win. It's going to be a good game to the last 4 minutes. Thunder pull away. They win by 7 or 8. You heard it first.
Okay, so text me when they lose by 10. Okay?
All right, I will. I'm gonna text the group chat when they win by 7 or 8. We do have a good one
Kelvin
here, man.
wants to be so bad, wants to be right so bad on this. This is one of those few where he really is like,
no, not this one.
I got this one right. I finally got one. I know I've been getting pummeled
Right.
on this show for a
See,
year and a half.
I get so many right
I'm gonna get
that I
one
don't
right.
even make a big deal of it, Rob G. I just, Orlando
Rob G,
loves.
give me one that Kelvin got right.
Oh, Rob G about to cook
Knicks.
you. The Knicks.
One that he got. Yeah, he got
Orlando,
the Knicks right.
Pistons
Yeah, the
beating
Knicks is the
Orlando.
best team in the East, even though he was a
Minnesota over
Pistons fan.
Denver.
Yep, big facts.
Come on, man. Lakers
How about
over
the
Rockets.
Pistons winning? How about Pistons winning?
I never said
How
they were
about
gonna
the
win.
Lions
were gonna
winning?
I never. Thank you, Roger. I
Yes, he
never said
did.
the
He
Pistons.
said he said they were going to
said
beat
the Celtics.
Celtics.
You know what's
They
funny?
were going to beat Cleveland. You did say that.
Oh, we thought you were talking
what are
about
you
win
talking
it.
about?
You said win it. We think you're talking about the championship.
They're going to beat Cleveland.
I will say there's a big line of demarcation on this show where it's the Super Bowl. Everything pre-Super Bowl, Rob was like
He
100%.
did. He was on fire.
And Kelvin was missing. And then everything post-Super Bowl, where Kelvin got right and Rob got wrong, Kelvin's like at 70% and Rob's like at 25.
But
no, he's not.
It's been
He's not
such a
even
flip.
close to 70%.
I don't want to, make a
Rob
big deal
G,
of
I
it.
want you to
know
make
what
a
I'm saying?
chart and a list
I don't wanna
that
make
he's
a
got
big deal of it.
70% right.
You know?
Kelvin got 70 my ass.
No. I just listen, Rob. I just come to work.
my butt.
I just come to work. I don't make a big deal of it. I come. I say, hey. And then here's the difference, Rob G. I man up when he gets something wrong. I say, you got it. I mean, right. I say, you got it right. When I get it right, this is what he does to the show. Welcome to the show. Kelvin got something right. They try to move on past it. I sit up here. I say, you got it right. I'll give you props. You never do that. Never.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?